We're back with more OmOneko. And to follow up on the intro of the last episode, I took my little buddy, Sir Dashington, to the vet. He was given a perfectly clean bill of health, and he is doing quite well.
Apparently, he's not happy with you.
No, he's a little salty because there were some knots on his tail. Back before he would let me brush him regularly, his tail knotted, and some dirt was getting trapped on his rump fur. So they kind of had to shave his butt and like the base of his tail, so he looks really silly right now. he's he's a
Well,
little mad about it, but he's not good at being mad about stuff.
I have a suggestion for you.
What's that?
Speaking from my experience with Cooper Dude,
Right,
because he kind of has the same similar issue. He's actually very nappy though.
right.
But you know those like gloves with
Oh, like the
the
bristles on the
brushes?
palm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is very useful because Cooper doesn't like being brushed, but he needs
right.
to be brushed because he's a furry dude, fuzzy
Yeah.
dude. But he loves being petted. He loves attention, and so we were able to kind of sort of trick him. And so I'm sure that it seems like Dash has a similar personality, and so
Yeah.
you may be able to trick him, and because he seems to love scritches,
Oh no, he
so you
does.
you give him
He
you give
does,
him the old
and
1-2.
he will let me brush him. That is the biggest difference. Is he will let me brush him. He prefers scritches, but he has a long hair cat, so there's just like a lot of cloud around the cat. So I have to use kind of like I have to intermittently use one that's designed to cut into their lower coat, and then the regular brush to help keep him like nice and smooth.
See, the thing is that it's not that Cooper hates the brush. It's the fact that he's so much of a FOMO. He needs to know and see what's going on. And so if you're touching him, he's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?" And so then he starts wiggling, and yeah.
No, understandably, Dash will decide he's done after a certain point, but he doesn't get nasty about it. He'll just get up and leave. He's pretty good about it. Her brain gingerly began to accept reports from the nerve endings in her body, checking in with various limbs and organs to see how things were going. The feedback was deeply unpleasant enough that it quickly shut down again, and darkness rushed in. It's almost time for bed when Pepper barges into my room like her tail's on fire. Hey, out front! The hooked, nervous thumb and her serious expression stop my lecture about entering without knocking before it even begins. What's out front? Hey! Pepper and someone else are in the front yard. It's not Clawdia. She was in the bathroom. My eyes take a moment to adjust. Shimi. She's next to the bush, near the spot where she was hiding when we first found her. Shimi doesn't react to her name. You brought her out here? I whisper, already knowing she didn't. Confirming, Pepper shakes her head and quietly replies. Nope, door open. Looked, found sashimi. Go get Clawdia. I know Shimi's not outside because she's leaving us. If she was, she'd be gone long before we had a clue she was missing. Her ears flick, nervously twitching, capturing all the sounds around her. Her whole being appears stuck in some receive mode, as if she's out, not really processing the sounds, listening to all of it, but not hearing any of it. And there's simply too much coming
He's
at her at
receiving the
once.
cat communications from the cat mothership,
Yep.
clearly.
Yep. Cats will do that. Like, they'll sometimes just stare at a wall and just flick their ears around, and all they're doing is just receiving the cat communications. So.
See, it's funny. Sister Ichigo,
Right?
joked that whenever our cats did that they were looking for ghosts.
I've heard that before. That's pretty good. She sways slightly back and forth, that same dislocated presence about her, like she's on some kind of autopilot. I'm beginning to seriously rethink my assessment of Shimi's improvement. Clawdia joins us. Observing the situation and the dazed state of our feral, she nods in understanding and whispers to me, serious now. The four of us simply standing, doing not much of anything in the front yard. Even though it's nighttime, the fear of a neighbor spotting me and my clutch of Nekos grows, compounding the problem. A little fresh air is probably good for her, but I prefer she was in the backyard. We should get her inside. Claudia
You
just looks
know,
at Shimi.
I know that we've harped on this, and for the record, tail chaser guys. I really enjoy this. I'm just like, I really, really, really what the deal is. Why like MC Kun is like so like, oh no, people will know, and then what will people think? What will people say? My word, think of the children. This man has 3 Nekos. Oh, societal morality is breaking down. Cats and dogs. Lonely nerds and cat girls living in sin.
Nekos and Nyasi living together. Dang it, I was going to do that joke. The thing is...
What were you saying?
I was going to do the Nekos and Nyasi living together, mass hysteria.
Oh. Oh my. Oh my, how rude.
So, like, the thing is, I've kind of mentioned this, I think, during Shimi's storyline, but, like, we really just kind of have MC Kun's word to take on the matter. Like,
yeah,
some of what he said was echoed by Sawbones, but not all of it. Like, he was surprised, but his reaction was still kind of understated. He's just like, oh, 3 Nekos. That's pretty novel. Neat. And he just kind of left it at that. He didn't really seem bothered by it.
Okay, I have a theory. This is a lucid taku.
All right.
A novelty to be sure. Do you wonder if maybe MC Kun is making a mountain out of a molehill?
That is entirely possible. Like, it might be where people are like, huh, you have Nekos, right? That's a little bit odd. And in his mind, he's like, oh my god, they're judging me. And he just kind of collapses into a ball on the floor, weeping.
They're judging me! Meanwhile, other people, I wonder what I'm eating for dinner.
My nose itches. What should I eat for dinner tonight? Did I remember to turn the stove off?
So much judgment!
Like, I kind of feel like maybe that's true, because, like, Goro had a Neko. Like, obviously his family had a rat problem, but it's like, that's not, like, societally taboo. And Veronica thinks Nekos are cute. So it's like, he's kind of surrounded by people who are generally encouraging him. No, you know what it is? Okay, here's a theory. Now, the devs can confirm or deny this at their whim. I think it's Mia. Think about it. The only person who MC Kun has interacted with who had a negative view of Nekos was Mia. But he let Mia get under his skin. He let her get her nails into him.
Now, bear in mind that this, this is me kind of... My experience, with these things is kind of limited.
Right.
But I have seen other people do it. I have seen other people do it multiple times. I'm suspecting on a certain level, Mia may have been suffering from BPD.
Entirely possible.
She strikes me as that sort. Now, I mean, this is, once again, not a psychologist. I am nothing more than a person who likes to see and I notice things, as you do, as you are well aware.
Right.
And I'm like, this looks a lot like her actions, her intention, her undermining Clawdia, who really, honestly, is just like the sweetest. It strikes me as, yes, she's like very BPD.
I believe that. Now, the funny thing? I looked up a guide to help us in going into the final stories, so we can do this.
How dare you! I know.
I know.
St. Aleph is looking down and shaking his head right now.
So I looked up a guide, and the game devs gave me a little bit of a heads up about the pointing system in this game. Now, the thing is, the guide did tell me there are a couple bad endings in the game.
I suspect that if we actually went ahead and put down Shimi, that would definitely be a bad end.
Yeah, almost certainly. And I already told them, it's like, I'm not going to do the bad endings because I don't want the anime PNG mad at me. Because, like, people who watched our playthrough of A Whole Lot to Love know that I don't like being deliberately antagonistic. Like, that's just not who I am. Like, maybe some people will do it out of curiosity or just to sate their instinct for 100% completion, but I am not the Loner Ranger, I am the Snek. So, do you want to know? Do you want to know what the 4th major ending is? He begs for Mia to come back.
Oh, no.
Yes, he gets that pathetic. So definitely MC Kun is in need of gentle guidance in the correct directions.
Okay, I'm just gonna say for I know where we keep I know MC Kun and Manfred are two different characters, but I'm like, come on, Manfred, you could do way better than Mia.
No, he absolutely can.
I know. It's just, after 10 years of calling my main character MC, I'm like,
Yeah, no, I get it.
yeah.
They
Anyways,
did also
that's
helpfully.
really sad though.
Yeah,
That is extremely.
you can basically just break him to the point where he decides that going back to Mia is a good idea. Which we are not going to do, by the way. We're going to do the 3 Neko storylines, and we're going to stop. If you want to complete the game for yourself, this game is 100% free, and I recommend it because it's a really good game.
Well, you may not remember this.
All right.
There's a recurring joke in Carnival Phantasm
Right.
where the Einherbe Neko arcs are playing the original Fate Stay Night.
Right.
And they keep getting this one legendary bad end, which apparently actually you basically need to have a guide in order to get, where like Shiro gets completely destroyed, basically. Like he alienates Rin, he alienates Saber, he basically gets killed. And it's in a very pathetic way too. And the Neko arcs are like, they keep getting at this end and they're like, man, this game's really hard. And it's like, how do you keep doing this?
How do you keep going back to Mia? What is wrong with you?
So I'm like, oh yeah, so that's what this is.
Honestly,
we have officially hit rock bottom, basically.
Yeah, like of course with our organic choices playing through as true to ourselves as we were, we ended up on Shimi's story, which I will say is not a bad end result. If we ended up on the Mia ending, I think I would need to reevaluate my life. All right.
Takes a long drag on cigarette. Man, these streets ain't what they used to be, huh?
Snek,
that's a lollipop. Why is it on fire?
It adds to the je ne sais quoi.
Beat it, Toots. These streets ain't what they used to be.
Clawdia just looks at Shimi. I can tell she's just as unsure about things as I am. Finally, she nods in agreement. Slowly. Stepping closer, I speak in a quiet voice. Shimi, how about we get you back inside? Would that be all right? Still with her eyes closed, Shimi turns her ears and face towards me.
I'm just going to say, it's real. This may just be me.
All right.
But with her long hair, her disheveled look, the bandages all over her face and body.
Right.
Or her arm, rather.
Right.
This may just be the fact that I was watching a good chunk of G Gundam before, but I'm like, she does kind of have that, near death. Like, you don't worry, just slap some, DG cells in there. It's okay.
No, let's not do that. Her eyebrows relax.
Come on, Snek. Don't you want the cyborg cat girl?
Oh,
come on, Snek.
Talk about things this world does not need in addition to its rat problems.
DG cells?
Yeah.
Don't you want DG mutated hyper-evolved rats now?
No.
You can't kill them because they just regenerate?
No, no one wants that. Her eyebrows relax. On some level, my voice is familiar. Her head then turns to where Clawdia is, and Shimi's posture eases even more. Come on, you still need to rest. As slowly and delicately as I can, I let my fingertips brush hers. At first, she reflexively pulls away, but then she allows me to gently take her hand. Pepper heads to the porch to hold open the door. Clawdia steps closer, offering moral support to the delicate job, something I'm very grateful for. It's okay. Here we go. Though still distracted by the sounds of the night, Shimi's ears mostly focus on my voice. Her hand is clammy. A thin sheen of sweat coats her. She's cooler than she was before Sawbones came to treat her, but still too warm. That's it. You're doing great. Eyes closed, she tolerates me. She allows me to slowly lead her back to the house. We'll get you some broth, maybe with a little meat in it. Everything seems to be going well. One step at a... and then... it doesn't. I notice 3 sets of Neko ears turn in response to a distant noise. Rising in volume like a fast-approaching hard rain, the lights and sound bearing down on us have a beguiling effect. The only thing any of us can do is stand frozen as the inevitable unfolds. If Shimi had gone out the back door instead of the front, if Veronica had come home just 10 minutes earlier or 2 minutes later. But that's not what happened. Sounding like the arrival of a terrible storm, Veronica's car lurches to a stop in her driveway, and the dark growl of spinning tires winds down, the muscles in Shimi's hands tighten. Shimi's hand clamps down on mine, then Veronica's car door and Shimi's eyes snap open, but Shimi isn't Shimi anymore. Bathed in headlights, the Pharaoh yanks her hand away, recoiling as she had been clutching something repulsive. Even lost in the fog of fever, the instincts driving Shimi are aware of her surroundings. Boxed in between the house, Veronica's car, Pepper, and Clawdia, the Pharaoh's only route of escape is through me. A confused Veronica steps towards us, quickly stops and gasps. Shimi's hands come up. With a staggering leap and a screech, Shimi charges. No! Claudia's hands shove hard at the spot between my shoulders. The force lifts me clean off my feet. I crash onto the lawn, a mouthful of grass and a bloody lip ending my fall. Simultaneously, Claudia's side connects hard with Shimi, knocking her off balance, away from me and into the bush. A moment later, and Shimi's hand would have found me. Instead, her nails find Claudia. Shimi's sudden... What's that?
I said, oh no.
Yeah, it's like this.
I step away to get another cup of coffee, and then now
Suddenly...
we're playing, Neko
fight
all set.
Neko fight ready! Go! Shimi's sudden unexpected violence caused Veronica to make a short, sharp squeak. Not a scream, but an involuntary vocalized reaction to the event in front of her. Her hand leaps up, as if to shape the noise coming from her mouth into something coherent, or maybe to catch the sound midair. Veronica fails to do either, nearly punching herself in the mouth as her surprised chirp fills the yard. Shimi and I are on the ground, and Claudia is bleeding. I spit out the grass and the taste of blood. Claudia stands trembling between me and Shimi, holding her wounded shoulder. Shimi's hard landing knocks some sense back into her. A confusion seeps into the pure instinct governing her. Still, the instinct makes her start to panic. She looks like she's getting ready to flee or charge again. Shimi, stop! Inside now!
Oh, snap.
A shout from Claudia startles her. Panicked, not seeming to understand what just happened, Shimi clumsily staggers past Pepper into the house.
Claudia Mama's getting out the chancla now.
Yeah, she is. The sudden quiet feels strange. For a moment, we all watch the now empty doorway.
Bob,
hey!
Stop it!
Pepper pulls me off the ground and turns to Veronica. She has her phone out. Wait, Veronica, who are you calling? I ask, already knowing and desperately thinking ways to stop her. Veronica, wide-eyed, takes a moment to process my question with her finger hovering above the keypad on her phone. Unable to dial while conversing with me, she states in a shaky voice, The police? Don't. But, dangerous. Confused, Veronica takes a step back. There's no other way, I say it. You can't, she's mine. Sort of. Like a cork from a bottle, the words that have been stuck in my throat burst forth. I talk quickly, each syllable trying to stay Veronica's finger. I've been trying to hide it because the truth, Veronica, is that I have 3 Nekos. The shameful admission makes me feel hollow, but the truth is the only way I can get Veronica on my side with this. Veronica is clearly unconvinced, likely because the issue isn't whose Neko it is. But it's dangerous. We're supposed to call. God knows how Pepper and Claudia will react if the police come to take Shimi. I need to get Veronica to understand. No cops. Sashimi just sick. She just got frightened and panicked. Normally she's safe. It's Claudia that gets Veronica to wait, even if it's just for a moment. Didn't mean to, Veronica. Please. Everyone here is still missing the bigger picture. If the cops come, they could take all 3 away. I swallow blood from my cut lip and the rest of my pride. Her name is Shimi. She got hit by a car. We found her badly injured right here in the bushes a while back. Veronica's finger hovers over the keypad as she listens. Alone. Afraid. Had to. We had to help her. If we didn't, she would have died. Car scared Sashimi. Pepper states with an accusatory tone, playing the guilt card on Veronica, but this wasn't Veronica's fault. Veronica, we couldn't leave her out here to die, so we've been taking care of her. She only came outside now because she has a fever and got confused. She tried to attack you. The open wound in Claudia's shoulder keeps me from arguing. Frightened now. Shimi was hit by a car, so I guess when she saw your car, she panicked. Maybe it's the comments about the Nekos and cars thing, or the general kindness towards an injured creature. Or maybe it's all of it together that gets Veronica to finally reconsider somewhat. She looks from Clawdia to Pepper, then to me. I know the struggle she's wrestling with. What we're asking of her goes against basic tenets, things we're taught at a young age, like looking both ways before crossing the street or leaving wild Nekos alone. And when one is dangerous, we're supposed to call the police. It's just, no one considers what happens after you call them. Please, Veronica? Veronica clearly remains skeptical, finger still poised to dial the emergency number that will bring police to solve this problem. She's a feral? Was Wildcat. Shimi now. We've been helping her get better. I even paid this... I hesitate. Perhaps this isn't the best moment to talk about our sketchy, quasi-legal back alley doctor. Neko medical specialist that Goro knew to come by and treat her. Just scared. It's okay now. Finally, Veronica's finger untenses and curls back into her hand, joining the others. She lowers her phone. A part of Veronica still looks like she wants to call the cops. Unable to keep eye contact with Clawdia, her eyes drift to the crimson slash on her shoulder. Oh, you're hurt. This needs a bandage. She focuses on the small but deep cut where Shimi's nails graze Claudia's shoulder. If you'll help Clawdia, I'll help take care of Shimi. It's obvious no one thinks me going inside alone with Shimi is a good idea. If we need the police, well, I should be the one to call them. It's logical, and if nothing else, it will buy me some time. Mostly it satisfies Veronica, at least for the moment. She nods and takes Clawdia back to her house. Pepper pauses, about to follow me, it seems, then stops, narrows her eyes, turns and heads off to Veronica's with Clawdia. I'm wishing Pepper had stayed with me instead. I draw in a deep breath. Shimi isn't by her stash in the living room, or in the sunroom. I know where I'll find her. Huddled in the darkest corner of her closet, Shimi hides her head in her hand. Her hand has Claudia's blood on it. She looks confused and afraid. At first I chalked it up to her injuries, but I think it's just part of who Shimi is now. In the wild, fear keeps you alive. And in the wild, you never questioned your fear. You never even knew how to, did you? But now... Veronica's right. You can be dangerous. Only Shimi's slowed state and Claudia's reflexes kept us from being more seriously injured. If that had been me, and not Claudia, I feel the sting from the cut on my lip. Veronica wants to call the police to take you away, and she still might. At that point, all I could do is try to hide Claudia and Pepper somewhere to keep them safe. I could probably convince Veronica to hide Pepper and Claudia at her house, have her keep them out of sight. Make her understand that the police won't care. If they think Pepper or Claudia are dangerous, no discussion, they'll take them away. But you, Shimi, when a feral gets hit by a car, it gets put down. Nobody tries to save them because it ends in tears, and blood, and stitches, or worse. Shimi peeks at me from behind her hand. What are we gonna do now, Shimi? In the cloud of her illness, she's lucid at this moment. She's Shimi. She's also scared. I can tell that she wants to flee. I can also tell that she knows that wouldn't get far. You're still too weak to make it out in the wild, and likely too sick to hunt. What am I gonna do with her? Is she even getting better? What if she gets worse? Worse than this? I don't want to let them take you, Shimi, but I have to think about Claudia and Pepper too. Shimi turns to me again. Her tears leave streaked trails through the drying blood on her hand. Claudia's blood. The air feels rich. It feels thick. Once again, the closet has a rich, metallic fragrance. An electric perfume. It has weight. Keeping my distance, I just keep talking at Shimi until she eventually starts to relax. With the fading of her apprehension comes the fading of energy and of her awareness. A now dazed, slightly not Shimi examines the sticky mixture of blood and tears on her hand. I'm just going to the kitchen to get you some medicine. I'll be right back. Pepper reappears from Veronica's with a blanket. No, a painting drop cloth. Holding the bundle of soft canvas with one arm, Pepper raises her other hand. She has a phone. It's not my phone. Mine's on the small table in the foyer. Pepper grins. Is that Veronica's phone? It's not really a question. She feigns embarrassment. Oopsie poopsie. You stole Veronica's phone? Pepper not stole. Pepper found. Found? That's... Sashimi. She's in the closet.
Found? It just happened to fall into my pocket.
that's the Goro influence right there. She's in the closet, sorta. Pepper nods and heads towards the hall carrying the canvas. I place Veronica's phone on the counter. Hey, be careful. Pepper stops and dons a hard frown. Maybe she didn't understand. The last thing I need is having 3 injured Nekos. Predictable. What? Predictable? Sashimi hurt, Clawdia hurt. You think Pepper be hurt too? Yeah, that's exactly what I think. Pepper flips her nose into the air and walks down the hall, grumbling to herself. Pepper not hurt, Pepper awesome, Neko. The milk fills a glass, a direct contrast to the emptiness in my belly. Claudia's reappearance should make me feel better, but all I see is her bandaged shoulder. The wound below still seeps, turning the center of the white gauze into a blushed red. She looks in the sunroom for our feral. Not finding her, she turns to me. Close it. Yeah, Shimi... Oh, she was saying closet. I thought she was giving him an order to close the door. It's like, you were standing in front of the door. Why are you telling me to? Yeah, Shimi's in the closet. Pepper's with her. For a moment, we stand not saying anything. I'm the one to break the silence. This is my fault. I'm sorry you got hurt. Clawdia tilts her head at my confession. No, didn't mean to. She smiles, holding my gaze with hers. I want to ask, does she mean that Shimi didn't mean to hurt her, or that I didn't mean to get her hurt, or both? It doesn't matter if I'm not to blame, or if Shimi didn't mean it. Clawdia got hurt, keeping me from getting hurt. We're in over our heads. I'm starting to think having Shimi here is a mistake. Unable to look at her in the eye and say what I'm trying to say, I turn my attention back to the cup of milk. The crunch of the antihistamine pill echoes on the grinding of my teeth. But it's lucky it wasn't worse. What if her nails caught your eyes? Or your neck? The now powdered antihistamines dissolve into the milk. Hidden, they transform the liquid from nourishment to something else. A temporary fix. Clawdia steps towards me, shaking her head. Her fingers find the scar on my face, and then the cut on my lip. Grabbing Goro's medical bag from the cabinet, she pulls out the first aid ointment and puts a small dab on her finger. Before I can say anything else, she presses her finger lightly against my mouth. Claudia's fingers are gentle and warm. They dab the cold, greasy ointment, which stings and then soothes my split lip. Didn't mean to. She takes a deep breath and speaks in a way I've never heard before. It's deliberate and firm. Family now. Is Clawdia saying that Shimi is part of our family? That the risks Shimi poses to us, risks serious enough for Sawbones to give me a syringe of death to cure, are worth it to her and should be to me too? Or is she telling me that our family, me, Pepper, and herself, come first? Does she agree that Shimi's too dangerous? That, yes, we've been careless? I want to ask her. I want to hear her thoughts and help me arrive at an answer. But I'm not in a position to speak with Clawdia applying first aid cream on my lip, its unpleasant taste mixing with the already bitter flavor of the topic.
Come on.
I also don't try because I don't think there's a good answer to this question. Only degrees of terrible. Do we kick Shimi out, possibly to die in her current state? Do we keep her here, potentially with her having a moment of being not Shimi and hurting someone? It's cowardly.
Being a family...
Yeah,
being family means that you accept them,
and it's clear what Clawdia is trying to say here.
Yes,
I don't think there's any ambiguity. I think Insecurities is just a neurotic mess. Yeah,
Clawdia and Pepper have clearly decided that Shimi is one of their group.
Yeah,
is part of their little dysfunctional little pack. You know,
Shimi's been I don't know what brought in. So
yeah, hold on. I'm gonna have to look and see what actually like what a couple or what a group of house cats is actually called.
Trouble.
Well,
mostly
yes.
It's trouble.
Okay, so.
All right.
Okay, you ready for this, Professor?
What is it?
A group of cats is called a clowder. That's Clowder. It originates in Middle English from clotter, which means to huddle together. Which makes sense, honestly. If you look at cats who get together, yeah, they do that. So it's a clowder. They are their own clowder now.
It's a clowder of Nekos. Yeah, that checks out.
Today I learned. I did not know that.
No, that's news to me too. So it's cowardly, but as long as we're in the silence, I don't have to make any decision. I focus on Claudia's fingers, tenderly treating my injured lip. Family. I shouldn't burden Clawdia with this. I don't know why I do.
I
Clawdia,
don't think it's a burden.
it's not.
Clawdia strikes me as a very matter-of-fact young lady. She wouldn't bother if it was something that she doesn't seem to like.
Yeah, no, definitely.
She made it very clear that she didn't like Pepper's antics. So I don't think that she's the long-suffering type.
No, she really isn't. She has kind of been one of the ones who most speaks her mind. Honestly, I think that MC Kun really is a type to turn mountains into molehills. He turns like small possible linguistic ambiguities into what is she trying to tell me? It's very clear that Clawdia is speaking in Shimi's defense. And reading it any other way is just him being a little bit on the unhinged side of things.
Well, we don't understand, bro. We don't know for certain because she's not telling us what she's thinking with her heart.
MC Kun, stop
Actually,
making excuses.
I think she is. It's just
She
once
definitely
again
is.
We're a neurotic mess.
Yeah.
So
Clawdia, I spoke with Mom the other day. Mom! She is not going to wait for the holidays to visit. She'll be here sooner than that. Soon. This weekend? A week from now? It only takes Claudia a moment to put the pieces together. Her eyes get wide and she looks back toward the closet. Mom! Shimi and Pepper! Claudia nervously fiddles with the pendant on her necklace, a gift from Mom back when she was a kitten. Yeah. I nod, hoping the slow, deliberate movement will shake an idea loose. Any idea that will get us through Mom's visit without her head exploding. Mom, Shimi, and Pepper.
I don't think that it's... Okay. Pepper, I don't think is a problem.
Really, she isn't.
I mean, because it was very clear that, like, MC and Goro knew each other since they were kids.
Yeah. While Goro's incorrigible, he's not really like a bad guy. And so, like, there's no way that MC Mom doesn't know about who Pepper is, at least indirectly.
Yes. So it just doesn't seem... I don't think it's a problem, especially considering the fact that, like, Clawdia herself seems to have kind of accepted Pepper.
Yeah.
So, yeah, really, honestly, Shimi is like the one. And, I mean, I don't know. If it's... I mean, really, honestly, if it were Pugum Mama Pugum, she honestly would, she loves cats. So, I mean, it would be a case of... Yeah, I mean, this is unexpected, but you know what?
Guess what? We have 3 Nekos now.
Yeah, so, I mean, but yeah, as I say, I'm not going to project what, my own mother, does on to a fictional character that I think we've interacted with, like, all of 3 lines of dialogue. So.
I mean, a little bit more than that, but only a little. I think another thing to consider in this context is the fact that MC Kun really just kind of always assumes the worst in people. And again, I think that's Mia's influence talking. He always just like assumes...
But if you assume the worst, Snek, then you're never disappointed.
That's a really unhealthy way to view the world around you. You gotta have a little faith in the people you're the closest to. He doesn't even really seem to trust Clawdia and Pepper all that much, and it's really to his own detriment. Like, he knows how capable they are, but he just keeps assuming, oh no, they're not going to agree with me. They're not going to help me. It's like, okay, Charlie Brown, get a grip.
Oh, brother.
No ideas come. Claudia repeats herself in the same tone as before. Family. Oh, we got a prompt. Let's save. But I think we both already know what we're going to say here.
It's dangerous, but you know what? As I said before, and I will say this again, Lucid Taku agrees with Drunk Taku. If I die because of a bunch of beautiful women, I can at least look at myself, at the pearly gates. I can tell St. Peter, you know what? I died on my own terms. And I have no regrets.
Yep. And more than that, these are people that we've come to trust and love. Like, Claudia's absolutely right. This is this is MC Kun family. And he's just going to have to bite the bullet and accept that mom's probably going to lose her mind for a few minutes. But I'm sure once he explains that trust and love that they've built up over this time is exactly what's going to see them through this.
And not for nothing, this is not the dumbest thing that, I have ever done.
Oh, no, we have definitely done way more boneheaded things than this. Hey, Taku, I got exactly one part for the cannon in Mega Man X5. Let's fire it right now. This worked, by the way. This worked, by the way.
Wow, I can't believe that worked. Okay, let's go harass the other Mavericks. Why are you guys here? Give us your cannon parts.
We want your weapons. Just hand them over. You've already saved the world. Why are you doing this? I want 100% completion.
We've got police immunity. We can do what we want.
Ooh, rough. Worth the risk.
But not untrue.
That is true, though. We stand in awkward silence. Clawdia gives me a forced smile, then heads down the hall to join Pepper by Shimi's closet. It's very quiet. I think that's a good sign. Leaving the glass of milk on the counter, I grab Veronica's phone. Are you really going to leave an unattended glass of milk with an antihistamine in it again? That ended with Pepper having her little La La Land moment out in the yard last time.
Who can take the sunshine? Pepper, you are the chosen one. You must destroy the Goblin King. Pepper, destroy.
Yeah.
Pepper, I am the greatest hero.
As she's laying face down in the bushes.
Pepper, save yours.
I wasn't ready for this, but you know what? You know what? I want
Pepper
someone...
was truly the warrior of light of all time.
Next time I renew my sub, I'm going to make an alt for Pepper and record that just so I can be
Oh, bro, you should do that.
Pepper's journey into Eorzea. Leaving...
Okay, my one request though is every single time you talk in chat, you have to use.
I have to use her weird rhyming talking pattern.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, you know what? I will accept that challenge. That will. I'll finally join the 99% of the player base who plays Femme Miko.
Okay, but here's the thing, though. You'd have to play as like a pugilist or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say something like really energetic.
Actually, no. Hold on.
Ruh-roh.
They mentioned when she came first over to Goro.
Oh, she had a spear. She fashioned a spear out of a broom and a kitchen knife.
You would be a dragoon, bro.
You know, okay, leave a comment down below. Is this the sort of content you guys subscribe to me for? Let me know. I grabbed Veronica's phone.
And then you get to Endwalk and you're like, this was a good game.
It's a good thing they stopped here and didn't muck it all up. She was pretty shaken up. Maybe it will help if I can explain all this. Can I explain all this? Simple things seem so difficult at times.
I mean, yeah.
Honestly, your situation is not that complicated. Pepper was handed off to you by someone who trusts you, and Shimi was kind of an accidental situation, but, like, what was your alternative? Letting this creature just die? Like, you couldn't do that, especially not when Goro was still available to help.
Come on, MC-kun.
Get a grip, man. Have some confidence in yourself. I know Mia ripped that off of you, but, like, you know, come on, get it together, man.
I know she ripped your heart out and, you know, stamped it on the floor, and she took your testicles in her two, bags.
In her two bags, yes.
Oh my God, is that the reason why she had two bags?
Oof, so she could keep them separated.
So I think we've cracked the code.
It's only necrophilia if the bags touch. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry for that joke. I'm not.
What the hell, man?
I'm not apologizing for that one.
I mean, I'm not gonna. You'll notice I am laughing, but wow. Okay, I wasn't expecting that.
We are. How late are we? I'm gonna check my recording. We're 40 minutes into this. No one cares. No one's watching.
True. That's true.
I feel my heart starting to race.
It's gonna be you, me, and
maybe the game
tail
dev.
chaser devs.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel my heart starting to race and my palms becoming sweaty. I'm nervous, although I have no idea why. Stain on my t-shirt. Mom spaghetti. The closer I get to Veronica's house, the more...
Easy there, Slim Shady.
The closer I get to Veronica's house, the more the anxiety I was suppressing wells up.
Actually, here's the thing, honestly. The thing that surprises me most is the fact that, out of all the girls that are, seemingly available, it's like, Veronica, really? She literally is the girl next door. She's, like, really interested in Clawdia. She seems really sweet on MC-kun.
I will have to ask the devs if Veronica has a path or if that's something they'd ever considered doing. Because Veronica seems like a genuinely sweet person who deserves so much better than Lind, of all people.
I'm gonna make her like 100 million times better in your estimation.
All right, fire away.
All right, the female Chipette,
Jeanette. Yeah,
Jeanette. Yes.
Oh my God, she does look kind of like
Isn't
Jeanette.
she basically human Jeanette?
Yeah, no, she kind of is, isn't she? She's
got the mousy look with the thick glasses.
The messy hair. Yeah, no, I see that, actually.
Very cute, yes.
Yes, okay,
Yes.
I see that.
Yes.
Veronica sees me. The door opens. My floodgates do, too. I'm really sorry, Veronica. I don't know how I ended up like this. Oh, well...
Sorry that, my Nekos keep stealing your stuff.
Yeah, your unmentionables and your phone now. I have an injured feral in my home. How insane is that? No one does that. Well, it's very unusual. If I kick her out now, she'll probably die, and I know you're right. Shimi is a feral. We're supposed to stay away from ferals and call the cops if they're dangerous. I'm babbling. I can't stop myself. Clawdia and Pepper said she's very shy. But she's never done anything like that before. She just got scared and, I don't know, freaked out, tried to get away. It was scary when... I don't want her to die. I guess that's what it comes down to. I just don't want her to die on me. I like her even if she's wild, even if that makes me a crazy person. Oh, no, yeah, I can see. Stop talking over her, you D-bag. Speaking of crazy, Pepper is totally mental. I seriously think her brain is wired wrong. She has a lot of energy. Ha, that's an understatement. We could put her on one of those stationary bikes hooked up to a generator and she'd power this whole town. Of course, she'd only stay on the bike if you told her to get off of it. That she's pure energy and mayhem and gratitude and chaos. Veronica's barely gotten a word in. I need to calm down. Rambling like a maniac at her is not making things better. I try to take a breath, but words keep spilling from me. Here's your phone, by the way, Pepper found it. I was just, looking. My life just feels like a bad cartoon. My best friend joins the army. My psycho asshole girlfriend left me because I wouldn't get rid of Clawdia. Sorry for cursing. Mia didn't like me. Like, walking into a door, Veronica's stark admission totally derails me. I finally find myself quiet, but only because I'm unable to process her statement. Mia didn't like her? Veronica feels a sudden silence. Everyone thinks I'm an airhead, But, I'm not dumb.
Really?
I can tell what people think of me. I
Really?
didn't say it, but...
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Professor.
You had a revelation, I take it.
They're like peas in a pod.
They really
One of them
are.
overthinks. The other one overthinks, too. They're made for each other. Oh,
They
my God.
Kind of are.
Oh, my God.
I hate to say it, but...
They're two... They're both autistic, overthinking weirdos.
We'll have to talk to the Tail Chaser devs about this. I hate to say it, but I'd have agreed that she is a bit of an airhead, still. How could someone not like you?
You know what? That's okay. That's okay.
The words sound trite, but seriously, how could anyone not like Veronica? She doesn't have a mean bone in her body. She's kind, and all her actions are motivated by good intentions. Veronica either doesn't hear or just doesn't acknowledge what I said. Since I finally shut up, she's able to take her time and talk freely. I didn't know you were taking care of a feral. It takes a lot of courage to do something like that. I gape in amazement of her. Courageous is not a word that I'd ever use to describe myself. The bravest I've ever been was to eat me as meatloaf. That would have made Goro laugh. Again, it's... Good job, buddy. Again, it's Veronica's nonchalant attitude about the guy with Neko's plural and cat house right next door that has me at a loss for words. The intrusive thoughts become speech. You're insane. Veronica's taken aback by my blunt statement. I explain. I mean, not nearly as crazy as me. I have Neko's, plural. If you were to look up the definition of insanity, I'm sure there'd just be a big picture of me grinning like an idiot. The laugh that escapes takes Veronica's apprehension with it. She relaxes again. But you do realize that your reaction isn't normal. You may be the only person on the whole planet who would look at my situation and think, yeah, great job! Well, you know, I mean, not when I drove up, but having thought about it for a while, yeah, I do think it's a good job. Veronica nods, apparently to reassure herself that she agrees with the words coming out of her. Yeah, I do. I peeked over the gate and seen you in the garden with Clawdia, or like playing ball with Pepper. I wish I had someone who cared about me that much. Dude, she's basically throwing herself at you. Holy crap.
Wow. Is this going to be, are we going to, not now that we've gotten, Ditaku Love Guru, are we going to get the professors, are we going to get some professor, Love Guru advice for, all the little Jimmies and Sallys out there?
That's the irony of it. Like, if a woman hits on me, which I don't think has ever happened, like, I don't see it. I'm completely blind in all directions. I see nothing, I hear nothing, I experience nothing. But if I see it happening with other people, I can just immediately, like, yeah, they're into each other. They want this. They want this, and they're not just coming out and saying it. And, like, Veronica, like, I said this earlier, like, Veronica clearly deserves better than Lind. Of all people. Like, holy crap, why are you dating Lynn? Talk about lowest common denominator. But
hey guys, I think I can balance this on my nose.
Great. She clearly needs someone who's, matches her level of insanity, and I think MC-kun falls into that criteria quite nicely. And she clearly likes him. The fact that they have a mutual love of Neko's, I think, is a positive thing that would unite them in this situation. And MC-kun would finally be in a situation where he's not, like, screaming at the heavens that he's the only one who's in this situation. Veronica could be there to, like, actually support this completely unhinged man.
Yeah, I mean, never mind the fact that also it's very clear Clawdia likes Veronica, too.
Oh, definitely. Like, Veronica could very easily step in as, like, surrogate mother, sister, babysitter situation here and save MC-kun from being trapped in his own head perpetually. This man needs someone like this woman on his side. If it's not canon, if it's not possible, I understand. The game is called OmOneko, not Omo Veronica. But I'm just saying, there is definite chemistry between these characters.
I'm just saying, hidden secret avenue.
Secret ending. Well, yep.
I mean, even in like games like Tsukihime, there were girls that are like, man, why isn't she a heroine? It's like, no, she gets eaten. She gets eaten. Even though in Melty Blood, she comes back as a vampire, and she's like, I'm a vampire now.
Great.
Okay.
I accept this at face value and with no further explanation.
Okay, so you're still alive. Why can't I date you? This is a fighting game.
I mean, fair cop. Someone out there, I challenge you, make a 2D fighter with dating sim elements. I want to see if it can be done.
The FGC is going to hate it because they don't know how to talk to girls.
Ooh, ice burn.
Yeah, I said it.
Veronica's smile falls away as her unintrusive thoughts become speech. She blushes. I can tell she instantly wishes she hadn't shared that. Regardless, her relationship was laid bare. It's Veronica's turn to share too much. I know you don't like Lind. You probably think I'm fooled to be with him. Wow, she really can read people well.
Oh my god!
I open my mouth to politely disagree.
Can you read my mind?
Stop reading my thoughts, Veronica.
What am I thinking?
Are you a Satori? I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10. What number is it?
You know, the funny thing is, Professor.
What's that?
My immediate reaction, and like, I think only you would get this. She said that, I was like, get out of my head, Charles!
Out of my head, Charles!
Early internet was
something.
A place.
I open my mouth to politely disagree, but nothing comes out. She pretty much nailed that one. Everyone does. My dad says it all the time. So then why are you with him?
Why aren't you with that MC-kun? He's a good boy. A little bit out of his own.
A little bit of a basket case, but you could level him out, give him a hug every now and then. He'll be great.
But you know what? You two are both a little bit unhinged. I think you each other out. Also, he's got part of that twisted poet soul to him. I can tell. Don't you girls like that sort of stuff?
Let him monologue for 15 minutes and you'll have inspiration for like at least 10,000 paintings. He's not as bad as you think. With a shrug, Veronica looks away. Her tone tells me even she doesn't believe her own words. Then, much more honestly, I don't know.
Then why are you with him then?
I don't know. Habit, mostly. That, and, I don't have a lot of options. What? She really is insane. I want to tell Veronica that I disagree. She has plenty of options. Just an artistic talent alone, she could attract all sorts of guys. Guys that would appreciate her. Guys that aren't the human equivalent of a dumpster fire.
Okay, that's a little bit harsh, but I mean...
Okay, dude's a bottom feeder, but come on, human dumpster fire? I don't think even Lind is quite that bad, hopefully. I want to say that I think she deserves much more than she knows. I'm not sure why I don't, or how the conversation led to her brutal self-reflection. I get lonely, so I keep taking him back. Sometimes I think I'm gonna have to, do something reckless to break the routine. She's hit on some of the things I feel about myself. Would I have broken my routine with Mia if Pepper and then Shimi hadn't been dropped into my life? I already know that's a big nope. I simply don't have any words to make either of us feel better. It doesn't stop me from talking. We're just two people who dug ourselves into holes that we don't know how to get out of, relying on pure chance to make changes for us.
Oh my... Is this going to be the Veronica slash Clawdia route?
I don't know. Okay, here's the thing. In the Shimi route, we romantically hook up with Shimi. There is nothing, however, that says going down a particular story path guarantees that you are going to, marry that Neko. This could be a story where Veronica becomes more of a mother figure to Clawdia, and Veronica becomes our love interest. That's not impossible. Nothing is set in stone until it's over. Just throwing that out there. What's it like, having 3 Nekos? Oh, I rub my eyes.
It's very busy, that's for sure.
It's exhausting. A full-time job. Every day is like a crazy drama written by deranged lunatics. I don't recommend it. Veronica can't help but giggle as I give a peek into my somewhat self-inflicted plight. Dealing with Shimi is pretty weird.
To be perfectly honest, it's mostly Pepper. And I mean, that's just Pepper testing her boundaries.
Yeah, Pepper tests her boundaries and Shimi's just, semi-feral. Clawdia by herself is actually kind of a light touch and honestly cleans up after herself in the literal and figurative sense, so it's not all that bad, I don't think.
No, I don't think so. And honestly, I think that, it's the entire thing of Clawdia actually takes a great deal of pride in the tasks that she has been assigned by Mom.
Yeah, definitely.
The fact that she gets so excited about the fact that Mom's, even though it's like, oh no, there's going to be trouble, she's still extremely happy that, when she heard Mom, so that she's hearing that Mom is coming.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. Dealing with Shimi's pretty weird. It's like finding a little alien and inviting it home to live in your closet. And Pepper likes to antagonize Clawdia over the dumbest things. Meanwhile, Clawdia does her best to try to ignore Pepper and have a normal life. I have Veronica's full attention as she listens with amusement.
I think that the two of them like each other more than either of them would care to admit.
Yeah, probably. Then just when they're about to rip each other apart, they back off and everything's fine. They get along great, as though nothing happened. That's
just how cats are.
That doesn't sound...
They will do that. They'll do that until they kind of figure out the hierarchy, and then they immediately they'll just be, glommed on each other.
Yeah. That doesn't sound crazy or weird to me. That just sounds like, how sisters act. Sisters? That doesn't seem as complicated as being in the middle of all of it feels. Sisters.
Oh, right. MC-kun, doesn't have any siblings.
Right. He's got single child syndrome. So...
Well, let me tell you, Jimmy's, Sally's of the world. To have siblings, especially a lot of them, as if you're not aware, I am the oldest of 6.
I'm the youngest of 3.
Siblings. Yes. There's a lot of jockeying for position, and you notice as the oldest that you're never the consideration. You are the one who's always responsible, but you're never the one that Mumsy and Papa think of. It's always the baby. And that's fine. You learn to live with it. But it's just one of those things.
Paradoxically, being the baby has its drawbacks too, especially if you're a dude. Because everyone's like, oh, what? You're the youngest and you're autistic? That must mean you're stupid and we can't put our faith in you to get anything accomplished. And I have a lot of complexes, can you tell?
That's rough.
Because I do.
Rough, buddy.
I mean, the thing is, like, autism was not as well understood in the 80s. Like, everyone just thought I was weird. Like, that was just my role in life. I was the weird one. I liked sci-fi and fantasy books well before my peers. And, like, I was fascinated with games and books and movies. And like, my parents have literally said to my face, like, we weren't really confident that you would ever become your own individual, grown, functional adult. As I say, in my own home with my own pet and my own job.
Oh, damn, that's rough, man.
Yeah, but I mean, like, again, they didn't understand. It's not entirely their fault. The information just wasn't there, and the internet didn't exist yet, and they just didn't know. They just thought I was a little weirdo, and they weren't really sure that I'd socialize well, or they weren't really confident that I'd figure things out. And to be honest, I really haven't 100%. But it comes with a stigma when you're the youngest. Like, you're the baby. They always have this perpetual memory of you at 3 years old, barely potty trained and barely able to walk. And that's kind of the perception they will continue to have of you. Like,
yeah.
That's just,
I mean,
that's the role you're issued by being the baby.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, I have known some of my little cousins who, well, I mean, I'll tell you this, like baby Poogum, honestly, she gets mad at me and I'm like, because I do, I'm worried about her a lot of days. And she's like, I'm not a baby anymore. I'm like, but I mean, I remember the part and you fell asleep on my lap while you were holding my ear because for whatever reason you thought that my holding the ear was like the greatest thing. So, that's rough to get over.
Poogums have very big ears, to be fair.
That was a little bit much, I'd like to say. We have been given a prognosis, though.
Oh.
Apparently, Papa Poogum has too stiff of ears. Mama Poogum's ears are too rubbery.
Okay.
My ears are just rubbery. So I have the best feeling ears in the entire family.
All right. Look at you go, man.
Yeah.
So, now that we're done trauma dumping, let's resume the game.
After, Veronica and MC both trauma dump.
Yeah, I was going to say, they trauma dump, we trauma dump, everybody trauma dumps. That's going to be today's episode's name. Everybody trauma dumps.
Everybody do the dump.
Please don't do that.
The trauma dump,
not the other type. Please don't.
Yes.
Never thought about it that way. Finding this time with Veronica to be enlightening.
Starting to
think I was way off basing her as an airhead. She has different filters and sees the world differently, but she's much deeper.
What are you talking about? She's
like, why would you get that impression? Artistic types tend to be really deep.
I have met many girls that are like that. Honestly, there was one in high school that I kind of fumbled. That she honestly hung on everything I ever said, and she was exactly like Veronica.
Mm-hmm.
And she was very arts and craftsy, very creative. And she thought I had the coolest taste in anime, which honestly I'm like, looking back at it, I'm like, that's unfortunate because I was basically the biggest shonen baby.
I'm feeling you.
I hadn't, quite, graduated cream patrician taste of hyper-violent shonen anime.
She's a much deeper pool than I ever realized. It's bizarre. They act like sisters. No, well, yes. But, I mean, the last thing...
Yes, they do.
They definitely do.
Absolutely do.
They do. I mean, the last thing I thought I'd be doing tonight would be standing here having this conversation and recalibrating how I see my life. Everything happens for a reason, I guess. Yeah, I think I've been looking at my situation the wrong way. Sure, it's work and weird, but I do like story time and bounce more than I dislike them, if I'm being honest.
That's just That's just family for you there, friendo.
Yep.
I hate to tell you. Just
Definitely.
relationships and family, especially.
How many people can
Just
say
hard
they've
work.
had dinner with a feral? Bounce? Elaborate for Veronica can get the wrong idea, or an even more wrong idea. Oh, you saw him playing ball in the yard, Pepper? She calls it bounce. Anyway, one thing is for sure.
Don't worry. I was confused and worried too.
But don't worry, it's okay. We're all good here. Anyway, one thing
You
is for
didn't see
sure.
the other part, did you? What are you talking about? Good.
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 Keep it that way. If Clawdia wasn't so helpful, I'd never manage. I do like Clawdia. I'm happy to hear that she's, appreciated. I furrow my brow, thinking back to Pepper's out-of-nowhere statement. Chores reward for Clawdia. I don't think I show Clawdia how much I appreciate her. Then do! If you don't, that would be, really crazy. She's right again. I sigh, smile, and nod in agreement. Veronica's art covering most of the wall spaces in her home catches my eye.
You know would be really easy.
What's that?
To give her a chores reward.
What's that?
Well, first off, letting her cook, actually, giving her the option to cook. Secondly, letting her go see Veronica. Veronica likes her.
That'd be a fun idea. Plus, they can use the back gate where it's, safe and there's no cars,
Yes.
Colors seem much more vibrant than when I first came in. Noticing the sketch she recently started working on, my eyes trace the lines she made. Individually, the rough marks give no hint of the greater picture, but together they create something. A whole that is much more than the sum of its parts. Are you, alright? Lost in thought, I've been staring at the sketch. Actually, a lot better now. You put a lot into perspective for me. But then I'm glad that, you did. Although I feel like I could just stay here all night just chatting with Veronica, I thank her for the company and for not calling the police. Exhaustion hits me like a tidal wave. I'm ready to just call it a day, but that's not something that's going to happen with Shimi in her current state. I'm in for a long night. I consider making coffee, then reject the idea. The bright crimson spot on the foyer floor is more than enough to shake off any fatigue. Blood. Not a lot, but enough to worry me. I have no idea how I didn't notice it earlier. There's more in the hallway, far from a blood trail, but enough to follow back to the closet. I hardly bled, so I know it's not from me, but that doesn't stop me from touching my lip. At the closet, 3 Nekos regard me. They're in a semicircle with plenty of space between them to avoid crowding. All eyes and ears on me make me feel like an outsider, an intruder in my own home. The bandage on Clawdia's shoulder is the same red blush from earlier. I highly doubt it's Pepper, which just leaves. Shimi, I think she's bleeding. On the nest of blankets and pillows, there is a very little Shimi inside Shimi at the moment, and yet she hardly reacts when Clawdia gently lifts the canvas and drop cloth blanketing her. Here, see? Small spots of blood on the cloth where Shimi's stub of a tail touched it confirms in my suspicion. It looks like some stitches came loose, likely when she got knocked down. We need to do something. I don't want her to reinfect herself. She's not going to tolerate me cornering her in the closet like this. Pepper, on the kitchen counter is a glass of spiked milk for Shimi. Yep. Pepper dashes off. She returns a moment later, handing the milk to Clawdia to feed the Shimi, then dashes off again. Shimi, drink now. Medicine. Pepper returns again. This time she carries Goro's medical bag. Good thinking, Pepper. You've been very helpful today. Through a disappointed sneer and shake of her head, Pepper corrects me. Pepper always help. Pepper always floor tank. Clawdia holds Shimi's hand in the empty glass.
Floor not attacking party. Wonder why?
Now you know.
No Ultima 3 now.
She nods to let me know it's safe. We need
Wow,
to watch...
that's a reference. Pepper, you never played Ultima 3.
Well, neither did you.
Yep.
Well, she's got me there.
We need to watch Shimi better and make sure what happened tonight never happens again. Switching places with me, Clawdia nods again, this time in understanding and agreement. The air in the closet, again, feels thick and savory sweet, like trying to breathe in gravy. That is a metaphor, all right.
Okay, I'm going to say this right now. I'm going to have to disagree with this description right now. Anyone who's been in any situation with that's heavy with blood, it doesn't smell like gravy. It smells like... Well, it smells like blood. It smells very, very heavy.
Metallic,
very
like iron and copper. It's a very unpleasant aroma. But I think he means like the air is so thick that it's like the equivalent of breathing gravy, not that it smells like gravy.
The pressure. Yeah, I get that, but I'm just saying it's like
it would definitely not smell like gravy.
In terms of physical descriptions, it's like no.
Not exactly, no. It's pretty cramped in here, and as light as Shimi is, scooping her up is a clumsy task. Being on edge from the earlier pounce doesn't help the process, and the canvas that blankets her gets in the way. I end up cradling and lifting her and the drop cloth together. Shimi stiffens, but the medicine and Clawdia's presence calm her enough for me to carry her without issue. I'm painfully aware of how much I'm thinking about her nails. Pepper is waiting for us in the sunroom, Goro's bag open and ready. Once Shimi is on... Yep, we're doing this.
This is how I die.
Well, time for me to make peace with whatever deity MC Kun favors. Pepper's awaiting us in the sunroom, Goro's bag open and ready. Once Shimi's on Clawdia's sofa, we're able to gently untangle her from the tarp and get a better look at her tail. Yeah,
well,
it looks like she tore open a stitch. Suddenly doesn't look like anything serious to my untrained eye, but I'm gonna need your help, Claws. I have to clean the area around the wound and it's gonna sting. I need you to keep her from, getting mad. Sitting next to Shimi, Clawdia gives a soft smile and starts to hum her made-up tune. Even asleep, Shimi's ears focus on Clawdia. Clawdia takes some of Shimi's hair in her hands and begins to braid it, still humming softly. This keeps Shimi remarkably relaxed and her attention away from me. As predicted, Shimi jumps as I clean her tail with the antiseptic wipes. Thankfully, Clawdia is able to keep her relaxed. Calm, Shimi. Still now.
Little baby.
We're not playing playthings. We don't need to have a mental breakdown just yet. A moment later, some cream...
He's not, we're not putting her down, so to speak, either.
Yeah, also
I suppose, yeah.
A moment later, some cream and a simple butterfly bandage on her wound ends the tail of the drippy tail. Clawdia recovers Shimi with a real blanket, and then picks up the trash and the bandage. For the first time, she appears at peace. Satisfied that things have settled down, Pepper leaves her post at the sunroom doorway and heads to bed. Watching Clawdia smooth out Shimi's braided hair, I'm reminded of Veronica's words. If you don't show Clawdia how much you appreciate her, that would be, really crazy. Hey. I need you to know that without your help, I could never handle Shimi. She smiles and hugs me. As always, her hug seems to recharge and warm me better than any pot of coffee. A very tired part of me reawakens, and I release a week's worth of stress in a single sigh. Everything, especially calming Veronica earlier. I could be in the most foul mood with a face full of bitter gloom, and that hug would always check it away, replacing it with a smile that touches every cell in my body. You've been taking care of me. I don't think I'd be able to function at all without you, Clawdia.
Oh, that's nice.
Clawdia's something she's never done before. Releasing her hug, she kisses me. It's a simple kiss, primitive, a pressing of her lips.
Oh my.
She holds them to me, then a peck, and pulls away. Smiling, she returns to the sunroom. A few days later...
Oh, glad that you're here there, SpongeBob. Hi.
Shimi's recovery has been going well. Her fever has faded and her spells of being not there are gone too. At first, I kept her sedated almost constantly, but after a few days, Clawdia convinced me to slowly wean her off of it. I guess Sawbones is right about the tail. I just don't think I'll ever get used to seeing her without it. Oh, she has the braid now.
She doesn't have the Japanese short hair bobtails? Those are actually really cute, especially considering that they're usually really, really, really chubby.
Yep. She has a braid like Claudia's now. They they updated her portrait for that. That is super cute. I love that. Most surprisingly, she tries to join Clawdia in the garden. Amongst the vibrant array of blooming flowers and not too distant chorus of songbirds, the muted and out-of-place
I can only imagine she's trying to learn how to, how to cat.
Yeah, she's learning to cat from Clawdia, yeah. The muted and out-of-place feral stands in the shade of Mom's flowering tree, awkwardly taking it all in. While Shimi spends some time in the yard, she is rarely very far from the door. I swear her ears never stop moving. Her eyes are everywhere at once. Noises from every direction demand her attention, keeping her highly alert to everything around her. This isn't calming her down. Overwhelmed, Shimi turns and retreats back into the house. Clawdia wraps it up for the day and heads inside as well. To my surprise, Shimi goes all the way back into the hall closet. We'll leave her alone. Maybe she can try again for some rest and when it's darker outside. Then, the unexpected electric jolt of the phone has me on toes. Has me on my toes. It's Mom. Mom, who is coming to visit. Is she on her way? Is she outside? Calm down. She'd call at least a few days prior to showing up with dates and times. As much as I hate getting phone calls, this time I'm thankful for that courtesy. I swallow hard because it also means in a few days. Hey, Mom. Hey, sweetie, I'm very sorry. The office landed a major contract and they need me to go out and help smooth over the transition. They said if I couldn't make it, they'd have to send Sherman. Can you imagine that? The last time that Sherman... Mom rambles on about her least favorite coworker, unreasonable clients, and life in general. But all I can do is smile. She has to work! She's not coming! Sorry, but I know you and Clawdia will be all right. I totally understand. Work is important. Have to run, sweetie. I quickly exchange final pleasantries and love, then end the call. A pause lets it sink in.
I'm sorry, I had to step away for a second. My computer is yelling at me. Charge it up.
Yeah, you know, the machine spirits get angry every now and then.
Yes.
Mom isn't coming. Not anytime soon. I have to laugh at myself. All that stress for nothing. Hey, Claus, I got good news and bad news. Bad. Okay, bad news is Mom had to delay her trip for a while. She's not coming to visit as soon as we expected. Good now. What? Oh, right, good news. Well, that's also the good news. She's still planning on coming for the holidays, but not for a while. It sucks that we won't see her, but I definitely wasn't ready to explain all the extra cat girls around here. We dodged a bullet for a while anyway. Yeah. Claudia's reaction is bittersweet. I know she misses Mom, but she knows that Mom will not deal well with meeting our new housemates. The fallout from that would be, well, I don't have to think about it for a while. That's a reprieve, my man. You've got to start getting your act together. Pepper. In parallel with Shimi's recovery, Pepper's gratitude has begun to emerge again. Closing the refrigerator door, I see Pepper is awake from her nap now in the backyard. Carrots. What the hell? For some reason only known to her, Pepper has grabbed the bag of carrots from the refrigerator and placed them in the middle of the yard. In contrast to mine, her eyes are filled with excitement. She looks like Goro's gate, and a voice that is very much louder than I'd like pronounces 9. Pepper takes a breath and leaps, landing a short distance from the carrots, but still a ways from the gate. 8. Swinging her arms, she leaps again, a standing long jump. She closes the distance to the gate. She couldn't have used the watering can, or her ball. No, she had to take the bag of carrots. Completely lost in the moment, Pepper swings her arm and leaps several more times. 7, 6. Despite Pepper's mayhem and noise, I find myself admiring her athletic talent. She really can leap. Her display is right out of Sin Kitty with a near superhero level of ability, still. 5, 4. Too loud. Yeah, it's way too loud. Keep the noise down. Pepper gives us a sour look and then, thankfully, more quietly this time, resumes her game. Her eyes have not lost the same fire. I've lost some of the fire, but not from the scolding. 3, 2, 1. More leaps reveal that Pepper is miscalculated. She ended up short from the gate by a leap. The fact seems to endlessly frustrate her. Grumbling to herself, she glares hard at the gate. 0. Interesting. Even though Pepper has been great about not getting the game of bounce she was promised, a frustrated Pepper is a very tempting target. Not enough carrots? Clawdia looks disapproving at me for my friendly ribbing. Pepper's narrow, clearly unamused grimace meets my cocky smile. If there's one thing Pepper knows, it's teasing. Or maybe we need a bigger Pepper. Clawdia meets the idea of more Pepper with a look of shock. I'll admit it's a pretty scary idea. A fire returns to Pepper's eyes, this time much darker. She fakes amusement, feigning a laugh and slapping her thigh in faux delight at my joke. Then, with puffed-out cheeks and crossed eyes, Pepper barks a single word. Bugger. Naughty Pepper. Great, Pepper has a potty mouth now. She kind of always has. That's definitely Goro's influence. Tugger, bugger, pheasant plucker. So,
Oh my goodness.
so when I have to, like, curse in British while playing Pepper...
God blimey! See you in the Northern Territories.
My mirth evaporates, and now it's my turn to pucker. She's not actually...
Am I gonna have to start reading up on, Anglo, obscenity there, Professor?
Maybe. She's not actually okay, like, he's not even considering it, like, true cursing, so... Like... But still, it's clear that that's her game. She could be spouting loud curses. She just isn't yet. Not yet. Damn it, Goro, why is your Neko like this? Sometimes I hate that guy. Bugger, now I miss Goro again. Naughty body bouncing bits, grab him, dab him, pointy tits. Pepper!
For someone who is a gold star member of the itty bitty kitty titty committee, you really shouldn't start talking about bouncy bits.
Yeah, stop that right now. She takes a deep inhale, preparing an even louder announcement of something wholly inappropriate to the world. It prompts me to quickly head inside. Come on, Clawdia. Pepper makes a fist and extends her thumb and forefinger. She blows on the tip like a cowboy's gun in a cheap Western movie. Then she sets her hands on her hips and struts off into the sunset, or in this case, back to her carrot-flavored calculations. I guess that worked. She's out there and we're in here. Pepper's either really good at manipulating, or I'm really easy to manipulate. Clawdia looks like she wants to say something about Pepper's behavior, but stops when she sees me pull out a cookbook from the cabinet. Don't tell Pepper, but the skirmish with her gave me an idea. Clawdia watches as I flip the book open to C. Carrot cake, carrot coleslaw, spicy carrot hummus. Here we go. If I dig up more scallions for dinner, we can make carrot and onion potato pancakes. Approving of my plan, Clawdia grins, then grins bigger. Won't tell Pepper. This weird struggle I'm having with myself over Clawdia. I grew up with her, and I thought I knew her personality, but now I feel confused. I can't tell if her hints are of slight distraction and far-off concern that have always been a part of her manner, or if there's something new. When I ask her about them, she insists nothing's wrong. So when I decide to let her grate the potatoes and carrots, chop the scallions, and mix in egg and seasoning, I had to weigh if giving her more to do was a good idea. I mean, she does so much around here. Is this just more work for her? Then again, it's clear she wants to take on more of the cooking, and that's my intent. I want it to be a reward. A chores reward that she very richly deserves. So of course I let her do more, all done with my close, but not too close, supervision. I still handle all the skillet work. Burp. Pepper lets out a loud burp, which Clawdia clearly doesn't approve of. I do what I can to spin the situation. Gee, Pepper, it's a strange way of saying, thanks, it was yummy, but you're welcome. Pepper grins. Clawdia does her best to ignore the craziness. Shimi watches. Is yum yum yummy and Pepper's tum tum tummy. I thought so too. Clawdia did a fantastic job with dinner. Claudia's eyes meet mine. I may be exaggerating the amount of work she did. No, she did a lot more than usual. Besides, this is such a simple thing, saying thanks. It should never have taken me this long to start saying it. Thank you, Clawdia. Pepper gives a thumbs up. Shimi discontentedly observes the strange beings at the table with her. After laying in bed, unable to sleep, and mindlessly surfing on my phone, I'm finally ready to try to close my eyes again. But I'm glued in place by the realization that Shimi is in the room with me. Standing motionless, I get the feeling that she froze when I became aware that she was there. The wildcat remains still as a statue. She hasn't acknowledged me at all, not in a way that I can perceive, at least. I have an odd sensation that even the slightest change in my position and my part may send her scurrying back out of the room. It keeps me from moving. Eventually deciding I'm neither danger nor food, she silently steps over to the window, scanning the darkness outside. There's something about her that seems off. There's always something about her that seems off. I think this is the real Shimi, a creature with an otherworldly torsion about her. It's fascinating to witness, but also leaves me feeling slightly uncomfortable. Watching her is like looking at a tesseract or one of those impossible objects that makes your brain stumble. She's the looping Penrose stairs. She's Borromean rings. She's one of Escher's tessellations. She's really freaking weird. It's just the way she is. Paradox to me and perfectly normal to her. I can tell she won't dash off now. I know, right? I'm really happy that you're feeling better, Shimi. You're quite different from the first time we met. That feels like a lifetime ago. But Lord, on some level I can only imagine she's able to somehow pay attention to me and the outside equally. Shimi's strangeness triggers my thoughts of Clawdia's. Is she acting strange or just strange? Not strange like Shimi, but... You know, with you back in the closet, Clawdia's sleeping in the sunroom on her lumpy couch again. She seemed reluctant, and, well, weirdly, my bed feels empty without her. Veronica said something when I was at her house that stuck with me. It's great, but it's not great, but it beats being alone, or something like that. I don't think that way about Clawdia. I mean, it's not that I'm lonely and Clawdia will do, or that she's better than nothing. Far from it, in fact. Being next to Clawdia, just, well, having her with me felt right. Maybe I'm the one that's strange. I don't know how else to explain it, or why I'm having this emotional dump on the feral that can't understand me, but it's all true. Being with Clawdia is comfortable, in a way I never felt with Mia. There's a tilt of Shimi's head. It's not a yes or a no. It might not be anything at all, but I tell myself it's an acknowledgement that she's listening. Clawdia sees me, and the things I consider my flaws she sees as just me. There's no judgment, no disapproval, just me. It's actually liberating in a way that I'm having a hard time getting my head around. There's no concern I may need to try harder or that she might get mad at me about something I should have done. I can make mistakes around Clawdia without the fear of her going mental on me. Oddly, it makes me want to be better than I am. Not out of an obligation or shame, but because she deserves someone who is. And then there's the issue of the kiss Clawdia gave me. The kiss that I've been ignoring, pretending didn't happen. It felt right, too. Yeah, I'm definitely the strange one. Mostly I sleep better with Clawdia beside me. I'm quiet for a while, as my thoughts try to make sense of my feelings. At some point, Shimi left. Nice talking with you, Shimi. We should do this more often. Channeling his inner Ditaku there. Interesting. What's interesting?
You can't have sass. What can you have?
That's a fair question. I know tomatoes are fruits, but did you know that bell peppers are also fruits and not vegetables? That's what you find interesting? Yeah, it's interesting to me, and that's what matters. I grin, then stares blankly.
The average conversation between Snek and Ditaku would be like...
Did you know that VeggieTales are all fruits?
Is that right?
Ditaku says, making a rude gesture with his left hand.
Well, is that right? Did you know that honestly, the average Viking helmet with the huge horns isn't actually indicative of what a Viking would wear, but rather ancient Mesopotamian deities would wear, due to the fact that they thought that the giant aurochs bulls were so powerful and so invincible that in their mind, they're like, clearly our gods are at least as powerful as this, if not stronger.
No, I'll do you another one. Do you know that the horned Viking helmets were ceremonial, not the ones they'd wear to war?
Well, I mean, yeah, because not for nothing, but you don't want to be a bigger target, do you?
Yeah, you want to minimize the surface area.
This is not, this is not Japanese honor culture where they're like,
clearly the guy with the big hat, he's in charge. We need to go after him.
Guess he doesn't get my humor.
That's the reason why those samurai helmets are the way they are, to show off who you are, so then, there's much more honor.
Yeah.
It's very straight. You really shouldn't take the Japanese cavalry, the cavalry tactics as like, this is something you should emulate, because it was a very strange, unique set of circumstances.
Yeah. Practicality has to win the day in that situation.
Yes.
Refocusing on the shop's laptop, scrolling the near endless options of plants is a better use of my attention. Can't believe I'm already making a second order and haven't even brought the first order home yet. We have very interesting, different ideas of what's interesting. Have you heard about Veronica moving? Then drops this major piece of news as if we were talking about the weather. What? No! Why is she moving? Linda shrugs. She says she needs to do something reckless and change her routine, whatever that means. Does that mean you two? Yep. Sorry to hear that. Why? Because that's what people say when someone tells you bad news. Also, breakups suck. Lynn shrugs. No big deal. Break up all the time anyway. Don't worry about me. I'll find another chick. You are Dude, you are the sort of person who does not recognize what good things you have immediately in front of your face. Just saying. Well, I'm gonna miss having her around, even if you aren't. Len shrugs again, then he gets what I think he believes is a crafty look. Ew. Uh-oh. Still seeing that smoking hot chick Mia? Slightly ashamed of myself as I picture how wonderfully terrible they would be for each other. Mia constantly trying to control Lynn, and Lynn not picking up on any of Mia's cues, either intentionally or not. His inane drivel would make her head explode. It's a great temptation to give Lynn her number. Fortunately, I deleted all of Mia's info from my phone. Besides, there's no way giving him her number wouldn't come back to bite me.
Actually, you know what you should do? You should totally do that, and then you should proceed to move to another
to a
county.
different town. Yeah.
And that's, then that's when you proceed to have your smoking lollipop, and you're like, my work here's done.
Wait, no. Now I can rest and reflect on the fruits of my labor.
At that point, you put down your sunglasses, and all pop into your Ford Camry or whatever, and then that's when More Than a Feeling pops on, and you drive off into the sunset.
With your 3 Nekos in your car.
Yes.
All rocking out in their own way.
Yes.
Not a complete lie. Seems there's a lot of that going
Directed
around.
by Team Tail Chaser.
Len confirms my new plant order while I grab a few groceries from my list. Len goes into the back to retrieve the previous plants I ordered. He places a large tray on the counter. They're bigger than I thought they'd be. The plants are actually kind of a cheat, as they're hardly starter plants. Most of them have their fruits, small budding presents, and tasty treats already growing. Cherry tomatoes and strawberries are even beginning to turn from green to red. Not that I'm complaining, it means that it should be even easier to get them producing. In fact, she was too good for me, I always thought she was dumb for taking me back every time. I even told her. Lynn's tone is his usual detached arrogance, but for a brief moment his face shows something different. Just, now she'll be all the way up in the northern part of town, so... You don't know what you got till it's gone. Lynn's true feelings break the surface. Sad and hurt, Lynn standing before me knows what he's losing. Not just for a day.
You're forgetting the second part of that stanza for the song. But if you try sometimes, you'll get what you need.
No, Jitaku, you are giving Lynn way too much credit.
Yeah.
And MCko, for that matter.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
He knows what he's losing, not just for a day or a week.
I don't even remember. I'm like, is that a one song? Who? And then,
losing for good.
Okay, so, Professor.
All right, what you got?
It's the Rolling Stones.
Ah, okay.
So, of course, that's the reason why I don't know who it was.
Yeah. It almost surprises me to find out he's human after all. Guess I deserve it. Why do you say that?
Yeah.
I'm a pretty terrible person. Yeah, Lind, you are, actually. I remember Veronica's words. It's not as bad as you think. You're not that bad. Maybe. They're not that good either. I know some very bad people. You've never met my brother. Best if you never do. It's a sudden dark cloud overhanging over the conversation, as if I'm moments away from being exposed to something I'd rather not know. Lynn's smile displays no joy whatsoever. Maybe he and Mia would make a good pair. He rings up my purchases on the register. I've never been good with awkward silences. Need to fill the quiet, prompts me to add. I've heard people say you can't control who you fall in love with. I think the bigger problem is that you can't control who falls in love with you. I don't even know if what I'm saying is appropriate for the situation, but it has that deep and poignant feel to it, which seems fitting. Lind gets smug. I'm gonna have to remember that one. Think that might be good lyrics for my band. Told you I'm a drummer in a band, right? No, first I've heard of it. What's the name of the band? Thrash Laxative? Alright, everyone, go to the comments. Is this a good band name or not?
Nah, you could do better than
It's like, come on, if you're gonna go for, sheer novelty comedy, you can definitely do better.
Even if you're trying to go for, the extreme shock factor.
Yeah, you can definitely... You can shoot higher. Music's so hard, you feel crap yourself. Pretty awesome, right?
Welcome to Sonic Enema!
I just want Lynn to stop talking now, so of course he doesn't. Our singer wanted to call us copperphage cannibal because copperphage is an animal that eats crap. Actually eats it. So a cannibal copperphage is crap that eats crap. Like that snake that eats its own tail, but not a snake. It's cool, but no one would get it. The bass player wanted us to call free beer and chicken so we could make posters that said tonight only free beer and chicken. You know, so people would come for free beer and chicken even though there isn't any because it's the name of a band. I told him that sounds like something a copperphage would suggest. And then I realized I can just leave. Yes, we have very different definitions of interest. The government doesn't want you to know this, but you can just leave. It's free. You can do it any time. The walk home with the tray of plants.
I'm just saying, you start talking about eating crap, and I'm like, oh my,
Yeah,
look at the time.
my interest in this conversation has taken a stark nosedive. The walk home with a tray of plants and bags of groceries is awkward but manageable. I do have to put them down twice to shake my arms and get the blood flowing again. Ugh. Pepper greets me. Seeing the plant, she hooks a thumb toward the garden. That way. No, I got this. Don't try to help her or anything. Okie dokie, smoky chokey. Shimi stands in the sunroom, looking
Clearly,
out.
Pepper does not understand sarcasm.
No, clearly not. Shimi stands in the sunroom, looking out the windows into the backyard. She briefly notices, then ignores me and my arm full of plants. I know who she's keeping an eye on. In the garden, amongst the greenery and riot of colors, I spy Clawdia. She's impossible to miss. Her hair blazes brighter than any gold. Despite my arms being ready to put the tray of plants down 10 minutes ago, I stand watching her. She fills everything around her with warmth, vibrant energy. I swear the flowers are reaching out towards her as if she were the entire reason for their growth. I have a surprise for you. Squinting in the bright light of the midday sun, Clawdia comes close and examines each plant. They're fruits and vegetable plants, cucumbers, strawberries, little tomatoes. Her eyes study the tops and bottoms of leaves, stems, and stalks. She delicately feels the buds in places where the yummy treats magically grow. I also got mint. We don't cook much with mint, but we can start. It's also good for tea, potpourri, popsicles, also just generally smelling nice. Clawdia pinches the soil from a basil plant, rubs it between her fingers. What do you think? It's a moment where I expect her to shake her head and tell me they won't work out here. The idea of having to carry them back to the store is dreadful. So when she smiles, it's like its own explosion of color, as though all the buds out here blossomed at once. Glad. Glad. A word that has little significance to most people, but to Clawdia, its meaning is rich, beyond wealth. Glad. The happiest she could possibly be right now. I want to get you something. I really think you deserve it. I'm glad, too. Really happy that you like them. Her smile's contagious. As elated, Clawdia immediately begins finding new places in the yard for the new arrivals. Spots of the cherry, tomatoes, cucumbers, green beans, strawberries, basil, and mint will call home. Relieved that things went so well, I start to head back inside with a great big grin on my face. It doesn't last. I'm again stopped in my tracks as my eyes fall on Goro's gate, forcing me to reflect on the coming unhappy change to our lives. Veronica is leaving. Forgetting for a moment that her moving away is going to create a big hole in Claudia's life, the larger issue is that Veronica is very cool about living next to a guy with Nekos, plural. But whoever moves in after she leaves probably won't be. Privacy is...
Well, then you know what you need to do then, MC?
You know what you need to do?
What does he need to do, Itaku?
He needs to use the... Well... You're moving away. You know, there's a place you can move to.
As it turns out, there's a very nice house right next door to you, with Nekos, plural, in it.
Oh, God.
Privacy is suddenly a paramount concern. I'll need to replace the gate with a fence soon. And right now, I certainly can't tell Claudia that Veronica's moving. I'm not gonna kill her good mood. Back inside, Shimi has disappeared. Pepper watches from the kitchen window. Hey! Hey is for horses. My idiomatic challenge momentarily derails Pepper in whatever pending demand she's bringing to me. She squints and her ears flatten as she works out the meaning of my reply. Hay is also for cows. It's pretty unfair on my part forcing human puns on a Neko, but I'm miffed that she didn't help me with a tray of plants earlier. Pigs won't eat hay because they don't know how. Pepper grins and gives a snort-like chuckle. Most likely she appreciates the rhyme of my reply. Quickly, she refocuses the conversation.
So, sorry about that. That apparently was the emergency services telling me that there's a fire about 3 miles away from where I am.
Oh. Well, I mean, do stay safe, my good man.
No, worry not. There's like 3 bridges. So it would have to go across large overpasses in order to hit me.
Very
I
unlikely.
mean, yeah.
Okay.
So
Plant's good for Clawdia. Pepper think Plant's not good for Bounce. I still owe Pepper a bounce. You don't need to worry. There'll be plenty of space to play in the backyard. Good. Good, good, good. There's something
Good.
ominous
Great and good.
about the way she says it. Nothing about Pepper's posture or expression is good. I harken back to her telling me she wanted to play at the park.
As long as she doesn't tell me to start opening the game and threaten my soul, I'll be okay.
Yeah. As long as she doesn't take an acute interest in poker. Whatever I was about to do can wait for a while. I think I'll help Clawdia find out-of-the-way spots for the new plants. Good thinking, Noodles. Did you just call me Noodles? That is your name now, MC-kun. You are now Noodles. Plural.
Oh,
Plural, to differentiate you from Noodlehan.
oh, drat.
I, don't need anything. Just thought I'd help with the planting. Glad. She just wants to be...
Good and glad.
She just wants to be with you, dude. She wants you to be her person. Come on, read the room a tiny bit. The time spent working in the garden...
Pepper?
No, Clawdia. Like, the instant he shows, like, he wants to do the same thing as her, she lights up like a Roman candle.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Like,
She's also very clearly, has interests.
Yep.
She enjoys.
Yeah, and, Noodles here needs to get with the program. Time spent working in the garden with Clawdia goes quickly. I dig holes where she indicates would be good spots. Then she pops a plant out of the plastic pot, roughs up the dirt in the bottom a bit to expose and loosen roots, and puts them into the hole.
Relieved Manfred be like, thank God, you're no longer talking about me.
Clawdia packs the dirt around the plants to make a little indentation that will catch and direct water to the roots. It's not a lot of work, but it's still work, and not how I plan to spend my afternoon. What I didn't expect? This little bit of gardening is a decent workout. I'm a little sweaty and slightly out of breath, but I can tell that it's a good thing. Like, really? You're getting tired from this?
Well, I mean, to be fair, it depends on the consistency of the soil.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. Around in my area, it's actually really, really rocky. So, actually opening up the soil for gardening is pretty difficult because you're usually just going to get like a thin amount of soil and then you get like just rocks.
Yeah, no, that's true here
everywhere.
too. Most of the ground around Snekberg is limestone, so...
My experience is that Snekberg is you have a thin layer of topsoil, then you get loam, and then you get...
Yeah.
But, I mean, it literally is the middle of the desert, so...
What can you do? But I can tell
Ironically,
it's a good thing.
though, I'll say this. You can grow citrus very well in Snekberg.
Oh yeah, no, that is definitely true. Especially because our winters are extremely mild here.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell it's a good thing. Much better than sitting and mindlessly surfing the internet.
Yeah.
You think?
And then you don't get, like, OMG, there's a new internet trend. It's called erasers up your nose.
It's the Sandpaper Challenge.
Hey kids, it's me, Sonic the Hedgehog. You want to do the Sandpaper Challenge? So here's what you gotta do. You gotta have some chili, Tex-Mex chili with your food. You gotta eat this. You gotta have some 2 million Scoville, Carolina ghost peppers. You gotta have those. You gotta eat them. This is very critical. Then what you do is you gotta go and you gotta use your like fire blaster bidet. Then you wipe, make sure everything's safe and nice with the sandpaper.
Yep.
Your coarse grade sandpaper.
Yep.
No booties. No butts will survive.
This is a literal instance of no ifs, ands, or buts.
This is a total butt destruction challenge.
If you don't have any sandpaper, feel free to use an industrial grade metal file.
Oh my god. I can hear Eggman in the background screaming.
I hate that hedgehog!
Sonic, what are you doing? You absolute buffoon! I know you even carefree like the... But this goes beyond the pales. You are being...
Whoa, step it up, Eggman!
No! No! I'm not going to step it up. What even would be stepping up at this point?
I think that's, let's move on from that train of thought. I give each...
You're the one who brought it up!
No, I don't know what you're talking about, Eggman. Clearly you just invented that out of whole cloth thin air.
Oh, sure, I'm the one who's complaining against it, and I'm the one who also brought it up. What am I, some kind of, meme stochastic terrorist?
Obviously. Stop gaslighting us, Eggman. Give each plant a drink. Just
Sonic. All right, I may be a crypto bro, and I do rug pulls on Knuckles every other day. But I'm not evil. Okay? I'm not going to tell the children of the youth to put metal files on their butt.
After eating 2 million Scoville chili.
Yes.
I think that's toxic. I think that gets to the threshold where it would literally be poisonous for human consumption.
No. People do actually eat 2 million
2 million?
Scoville.
Okay, so it's higher than that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, 2 million is about the average Carolina ghost pepper.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, that just goes to show you how violently spicy they are.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, children, you have been warned. Don't listen to random internet trends that recommend taking a metal file to your delicate region. Don't do that.
Today we have learned that you shouldn't listen to Sonic the Hedgehog. I mean, that's ultimately what we're learning today.
Yeah. Except when he talks about, auditing the Fed. Then you should listen to him. Remember, kids, taxation is theft.
Remember, kids, the income tax was... income tax is terrorism.
Kind of is.
Property tax is literally theft.
Yeah.
The New Deal was literally, socialist problem.
Holy crap, Sonic, that's a bit too far. That's a bridge too far there, bro.
The only thing lamer than FDR's legs were his economic policies.
Sonic, stop, please! You're gonna get in trouble.
They'll have to catch me first. Oof. Hello, Dash. My cat has decided to join us. As I give each plant a drink to settle them into their new homes, I shake my head. I don't know what Pepper was worried about. There's more than enough room for a garden and any backyard shenanigans that she can come up with. We end up placing the pair of plants along the fence line. They're out of the way and they'll get lots of sunshine. Dirt, sun, water. And love. With all the plants in the ground, Clawdia and I take a step back and revel in the fruits of our labors. Seeing the results is a real sense of achievement. It's left me with a weird confidence. I see it in Clawdia, too. We did this. The thought of eating something grown in our new garden also adds a strange feeling of pride to the simple feat of sticking them into the dirt. An idea takes root in my head. Clawdia, if there are other fruits or vegetable plants you'd like us to have back here, let me know. I'll get them for you. For us. Yeah, for us. After we get cleaned up, everyone's spirits are high for dinner. Shimi even spends time with us. Well, it's time. It's time, boys and girls. This has to end. I can't keep going like this. Ending things means it's over, kitten. Including for that boy you're so infatuated with. Are you so sure you want that? Haven't we been having a good time? I need to stop this. Stop this. Do you really think you can? Do you really think you're strong enough? If it means we can build a life together, I can be strong for him. Face it, Kit, this place won't let you have your happy ending. We aren't for loving kitten. We're for screwing. You'd never be more than his toy. You think this hurts? Just wait until he drops you for someone more socially acceptable. That's not true, and you know it. He cares. You know he does. You just won't admit it. He cares about you, maybe. Did you forget what happened the last time you decided to love a human? You think you'll survive another? Cut it with the crying. You're embarrassing the genus. We take down Rat Bastard, and then we're done. Done. Till next time. Stop it! You're just scared. I might not want you anymore. Might want you to go away. It's not what you want. It's what you need. You'll always need me, kitten. He'll always need me too. No matter how much you dream about a quiet life, I'm the only reason both of you have made it this far. After all, why else did you create me? Crack. Damn you. Sure. Why not? Don't fret, Kit. I'll take care of everything, including kick, just like always. And you... Thanks for waiting, rats. Now that she's tucked away, we can have a little fun. And talk about where I can find your boss. Shimi is gone. As the rain relentlessly pelts the world beyond us, our tiny bubble of a house, all I can think is, she picked one hell of a night to leave. Clawdia and Pepper just seemed to know she wasn't here anymore. Not in the house, nor anywhere close by. Just gone. A lightning bolt twists, shattering the air. A thunderous explosion rattles my fillings and lingers, finally trailing off like an echo of my own somber grumbling. No! From her room, Pepper replies to the storm in her own loud caterwaul of her own. She took Shimi's leaving in stride, just the inevitable next step in her recovery. I mean, I guess she's right about that. I know she's right. It was the plan. Help the feral, help Shimi get better, keep her from dying, then the wildcat returns to the wild. Just feels empty. An anticlimactic ending. No payoff of this tale of Shimi. Maybe that's fitting. Shimi doesn't have a tail.
I was about to say there's no payoff because she doesn't have a tail anymore.
Nope. Clawdia didn't seem overly fazed about Shimi leaving either. Is it just me? Am I the only one that cares? That can't be right. But she just went about everything as if nothing had changed. And that doesn't sit right for some reason. Hell of a night to leave, Shimi. It's late, and I should go to bed. But I know I'll never sleep. The whole situation just plays games in my head. I think back to the last thunderstorm we had. I wasn't completely wrong about Clawdia then. She wasn't in her room sleeping through it. No, she was sitting by herself, hating the thunder but hiding her feelings. How did I not know that? How many other times did she just sit and suffer through a storm? She's likely sitting in there now, acting again like both the storm and Shimi leaving are no big deal.
You know, there's an easy solution to this.
Well, it does seem like MC Kun's taking some initiative here. I'm sorry, Noodles is taking some initiative here. Unsurprisingly, Clawdia sits in the dark, clutching her fluffy tail. All her focus is on the windows. As she realizes my presence, she smiles, then nervously looks away. Let me tell you a secret. I don't like thunder and lightning. Not secret. She tries to tease, but her heart really isn't in it. All this time you knew I don't like thunderstorms? Well, I wrongly thought she didn't mind them. She gives a dismissive shrug as to say, it's no big deal. So why does it feel like a big deal? Hey, since neither of us are sleeping, want to watch a little TV with me? Might be a nice way to distract us. Clawdia shrugs again, appearing to be unsure of what else to do, but willing to go along with my idea. With encouragement, Clawdia follows me. We settle ourselves onto the sofa and get comfortable. The storm has us both in a strange mood. I hand her the TV remote. Lady's choice. She hesitates
look
for
at
a
him
moment.
being a gentleman.
I know, right? There's almost a sense of being obedient in the way she takes the remote from me. The first button turns the TV on and off. These make the sound louder or softer, and use these to change channels. I'm not sure why she never used the remote. If I had to guess, I'd say it's an unconscious prejudice regarding Neko brain. Something she can do without ever being told how, or after watching me or Mom do them once. Other ones never seem to make sense to her. Maybe she just doesn't think they're important enough to remember, or maybe Neko just can't learn certain human things. But she's fine with the remote after a few fumbles anyway. She carefully clicks through a few channels, stopping on a cartoon about a cat that shares an apartment with a donkey. The story seems to focus on a race between the cartoon Neko cleaning and the donkey making the kind of mess you can only make in cartoons. I grin and tease. That donkey's a mess machine. Yeah, you bet you're glad you don't have to clean up after something like that. Not angry. Like it. Right, forgot who I'm talking to. You love cleaning. I mean, is that right? Do you actually like to clean? Yeah, like it.
He never thought to ask her.
Nope.
Wow.
I want to say that's weird, but I suppose I can't. I actually like cooking. Most people would consider it a chore. I catch myself before I start on a long monologue about the art and joy of preparing food. Instead, I wonder if perhaps...
No, real talk time here. I'll tell you this. Noodle Han?
Yeah?
He loves cooking.
Yeah, I can see that.
Absolutely, yeah. He is a excellent chef.
Makes sense. He was giving us some noodle knowledge last time Noodle was with us.
Yeah. So no, he's an excellent chef. And on our private Discord, that the professor is still studying to get his Toku Studies doctorate in. Most of that is either Mr. Bacon Bits or Noodle Han, basically competing to see who can be a better chef.
And I occasionally post pictures of desserts that look appealing.
Yeah, you haven't done a snacking with Snek in a while. So.
That's true. I do need to consider doing another one of those very soon. Instead, I wonder if perhaps I relied too much on Clawdia for household work. Has she just been cleaning this entire time because that's what was expected of her? She says no, but currently I'm questioning everything I see. Maybe that's been my problem as well. I've always just done what was expected of me. Nobody expected much, so I didn't do much. Still, I'm curious as to what's the appeal, or at least her motivation, and I can't think of a better time to ask. So, why?
I mean, I'll say for myself, honestly, I am not a huge fan of doing bathrooms. No. I honestly can't stand that. But I've found that sweeping, honestly, or vacuuming is actually really zen.
Yeah,
and
I get that.
Not only is it zen, you feels better to have an area clean, and there's a certain set. And looking. Yes, I did that.
I get that. I hate cleaning bathrooms, but when I get into the zone, when I actually focus, make myself buckle down and do it, it's so satisfying to just see wow, that looks so much better now.
Yeah.
I get it.
Do you still have your magic wand? Too,
oh, yeah.
That thing makes it so much easier.
Yeah, my weird, rotating staff. Yeah, it helps with bathtubs in particular.
Okay. For the record, ladies and gentlemen, it's like a long handle electric brush.
Yep, and it rotates the brush head.
It basically makes cleaning bathtub surfaces, which, I mean, not for nothing, but I'm a fellow, as you can clearly see from my art. So that's kind of difficult because I'm usually just bent over like an origami.
Yep.
Trying to get these surfaces, but this thing makes it way easier.
Oh, it absolutely does. It helps reaching high places and low places that would otherwise be incredibly annoying. She turns to me, and I realize I've asked the most vague question in the whole world. I can understand liking gardening. The effort has a payoff, right? Cleaning, on the other hand, is like a necessary evil. When I have to clean, there's always a little voice in my head complaining the whole time. So, why do you like cleaning? Claudia's expression is mild confusion mixed with suspicion, as if I'm asking something obvious. It's what people do. What is what people do? Cleaning or complaining? Both, but cleaning now. That's it? Good to clean because cleaning is what people do?
Damn.
Yeah, more like
Damn.
that.
She just dropped some Diogenes level, like, fundamental knowledge on us. This is multi-layered, and I'm sure they're going to go in. But think about what her choice of words.
Then it makes her more like the people.
Her entire life, she has been trying to emulate the ideal of a perfect good lady that her mother, that mom, instilled in her.
Yep.
And what is a lady is a people, and what do people do? They clean up after themselves. Cleanliness is next to godliness.
Yep.
So it's not just what people do, it makes her more human in so doing.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think Noodles here understands how big of a sentence that actually was.
Yeah. So, see, Tail Chasers, you thought that you were going to have a very deep, nuanced statement. And this just solidifies my thought that Clawdia is actually probably far more intelligent than Noodles really understands.
Yes, almost certainly. She doesn't bother elaborating. I have no idea what she's trying to tell me. I try to think of how to press the issue further. Do you, ever wish you didn't have to do it? No. Other thing. I still don't get it. I turn back to the TV, confused and sure that this conversation has gone nowhere.
Honestly, she probably is frustrated that you're not letting her do cook.
Yeah. Clawdia grimaces, trying to decide how to explain it to me. She holds up the remote. Can. Yes, of course. Anything you want to watch is fine. She changes a few channels, stopping on an old sci-fi movie.
She's complaining that she can't figure out cans. I'm sure that's what it is.
She stops on an old sci-fi movie where a macho-looking man states, "You're too smart for me, baby. I like him stupid." I don't like him stupid, or at least I don't think me being stupid about them.
Don't say base. Don't say base.
TV 2, it's what people do. I feel like a detective, hot on the case of the mystery of why you like to do stuff. This feels like the part where the detective in a worn-out trench coat has a perp on the ropes and can break the case wide open with just one more thing, ma'am.
Was that you, or was that... Oh, crap, he did. He just pulled a Columbo.
Yep. I don't have that one more thing.
You have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, whenever we have a, the whodunit, the professor likes to, pull out the, there's just one. This is a thing that he does, so.
Yes. Because if there's a reference to an old TV show or movie to be made, it's either Yutaku or me who will pounce upon the opportunity.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing there, ladies and gentlemen, and also Professor. Mine are from my own living memory. You are doing things from, like, when your parents were young in the 60s. And I'm like, good Lord, my parents were children back then.
Well, you see, Perry the Platypus, I'm a big fan of Love Handle.
Okay.
That's a multi-layered bit about how Love Handle was like an old band by the time Phineas and Ferb came along.
Yeah, they're like a reference to, like, the Cars from, like, so, I mean, yeah.
I don't even have the worn-out trench coat. If I did, Shimi would probably have been sleeping on it. I decided to play along and see if I can get an answer I understand. The nature program's your favorite, right? Yeah, but just shows, too. You watch the pictures move on the television. My brain suddenly starts moving, too. Shimi doesn't clean, not like we do. And I pretty much have to force Pepper to do anything because that's it, isn't it? They're Nekos. They don't naturally do people stuff.
Nope.
Clawdia nods. My brain keeps working. She's staring at me strangely now. You clean. You like cleaning. When you say that it's what people do, you don't mean that you clean because everyone has to clean. You're saying that you like to do stuff that people do. Gardening, chores. Yeah, more like
Oh my God, he can be taught.
By Jove, I've solved the case. Excellent work, Holmes. She works hard because Mom instilled in her a sense of pride in her work and a zest for life. Now, on top of that, I know she does chores and stuff because it makes her feel like she's a person. Wait, hearing the words in my head, I'm not sure if I feel better knowing this or not. Why do you want to be a person? No, that's a dumb question, and not what I want to ask. I get that she's a Neko and not a person, but she's also a person, and at least she is to me, and that's what matters. To me, she's always been Clawdia. I'm starting to confuse myself. There's a lot to unpack here. If she's doing people stuff because she wants to be more like people, does that mean much of Claudia's behavior is putting on a show? It's not too much of a stretch.
Maybe. Just a thought. Nekos are actually more intelligent than people give them credit for, or at least Clawdia.
Clawdia in particular seems a cut above the average, but it's also possible that Nekos on the whole have way more potential than they're given credit for, and they're not given the opportunity to act on it.
I would argue that Pepper is probably much more intelligent. I mean, can you imagine her? I mean, she basically figured out, immediately sussed out that there were tools, immediately sussed out that there was a hammer, and then started using that hammer to do things.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's not stupid. That's actually, very intelligent.
That's a sharp show of intelligence. You know how many animals on Earth can use tools? There's like 5 of them. That's it.
And 3 of them basically only started using tools because they saw humans.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking, it's limited to, like, great apes, who had to be shown. Like, octopi, who are, like, freakishly intelligent. Mm-hmm. Like, dolphins have kind of a sense of it. Like, there's not many other species on Earth that can.
And mantis shrimp.
Mantis shrimp, that's right.
Actually, mantis shrimps need to be kept away from each other because they start to... not only do they start to teach each other to use tools, but they also teach each other to use tools to escape. So you kind of need to separate them.
Yep. And octopi will figure out how to work the latch on their tanks if they're not rotated out regularly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, those things are like, never mind dolphins and apes. It's the octopi you gotta keep an eye on.
Yeah, this is the reason why the future is wild. Great, intelligent organism.
Yep. It's not too much.
If you haven't seen that one.
I have not, actually, but I know of.
It is on YouTube. You should give it a look. I think you'd like it.
It's not too much of a stretch to tie that into her pretending that storms and other things don't bother her. People do that all the time. Compare that to Pepper and Shimi. They aren't acting, are they? At this moment, I have no idea what a Neko is really supposed to be. I circle around the thought. You do chores and people's stuff to be more like people. But you really like gardening more than cleaning, right? All of it. Yeah, gardening, cooking. She says she likes them all equally. I think that's what she said. But the way her eyes light up when she says gardening and cooking, it's still a bit weird to me that she does people stuff to be more like people. Could she mean human? Does Clawdia not see herself as a person? I'm going to need some time to better process that. Meanwhile, an idea brews. People clean, but they make messes too. I'm going to make a mess now. A big, messy mess. Claudia's perplexed expression undoes my ability to keep any kind of poker face. I end up grinning as I deliver the punchline. This mess I'm going to call baking cookies. Hey, would you like to go and make a mess with me? Like to. It's going to be a really big mess. So let people do. She's got me there, and she knows it. I adore Clawdia. She is my favorite. Well, when I had the idea, I was thinking oatmeal chocolate chip. Then, I remembered we have a recipe for peanut butter cookies with raspberry caramel drizzle. Those both sound awesome. No, wouldn't that be the ultimate cookie roulette? Make oatmeal cookies, but half of them are raisin and half of them are chocolate chip.
Oh, but see, it would be the ultimate.
What's that?
Okay, so you do that, but there's another layer to it.
Okay.
you put laxatives in half of them.
Oh, that is evil. Oh, you have raised the
No, it
bar
becomes
to...
a true... It's like, here, you want a cookie?
Ah, man, some of these are chocolate, some of these are...
Oh, there's more than that, Jimmy. There's more than that.
33% of these cookies are poo cookies.
Not that they have that in them. We are past corporophagy in this video. But I'm just saying, you're gonna have a busy afternoon. That's what we're saying.
In the immortal words of Sneko,
It'll clear you out.
Yeah, well. Half of these are spiked. The Hexlax and Metamucil.
she spent 6 hours on the toilet and then said she never felt better.
Clawdia raises her eyebrows. She makes the
Good
expression
Lord.
that she gives when I'm trying to do something impressive with cooking. Yeah, I know. Leave it to me to take something simple and complicated. Of course, what I don't share is the real idea behind this. The end goal isn't the cookies. It's making the cookies and the mess involved, especially cookies with a syrupy drizzle. It's wild that little changes in the ingredients can really alter how cookies will end up. Even using melted instead of soft butter will make a big difference. Finding
He's not
myself...
wrong.
Yeah, no, he's absolutely right. Finding myself chatty again, instead of just asking Clawdia to fetch things for me, I talk about the process and share all my baking secrets. Clawdia beams.
She probably really enjoys that.
Oh, yeah.
She really enjoys it. And I mean, honestly, I get the sense that she just enjoys being around Noodle.
Yeah, no, definitely. Clawdia beams, and her eyes and ears follow every word as I explain why I'm cutting back on the sugar. The drizzle will be super sweet, and all these recipes use way too much sugar. Besides, more sugar makes the cookies spread more, so less sugar means thicker cookies. Here, see this
Ain't
line in
that
the
the
measuring
truth?
cup? Yep. Add white sugar
Ain't
to
that the
here and brown sugar to here. I let her do
Did
bits
I
of
show
the work.
you my sweet ginger snaps there, Professor?
Oh yes, you did. They looked quite delicious.
I learned something, actually. I showed them to Mama Poogum. She says, oh, good. Did you add the additional sugar? She's like, oh, yeah, what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to roll them into a ball, and you're supposed to then, like, basically dunk them very quickly in sugar.
Huh.
So that ultimately what'll happen is when they spread out, they'll have, like, a sugary extra layer.
Okay. That's interesting.
Needless to say, I didn't do that, because I didn't know that was a thing you're...
Well, you have learned something
But,
for future reference, then.
Yeah. I kind of got the sense, though, too, that much like is that, honestly, they were... So, I mean, I get what Mama Poogum was saying, but I'm like, it's nice, but it's not necessary.
I let her do bits of the work while I do other parts, all the while explaining the method behind my madness. Replacing some of the white sugar with the recipe calls for with a little brown sugar will give it a thicker texture and make them chewier. We'll also underbake them just a little. That'll keep them moist. Comes to mind, Clawdia must have felt helping me and having no clue why every time I made cookies, I did it a little differently. This is better. She clearly appreciates the knowledge, but I'm still doing all the talking. Do you know why we always crack the eggs in a separate dish before adding them to the batter? Mm-hmm. Small shells, bits. Yes, that's exactly right. If we don't get clean breaks, we can pick out the little bits of shell. No shell in the mix. As Mom would say, we're not making that kind of cookie. I do my best impersonation of Mom's playful sarcasm to highlight the point. Clawdia gives me an amused look. I let her portion the gluey peanut butter cookie dough onto the baking sheet, and I set the oven. While it heats up, we start on the raspberry caramel drizzle in a saucepan, noting the sticky messes our ingredients are making. When the oven's hot and ready, in go the cookies to bake.
Kind of curious to know where Pepper is in all of this. You'd think that she would be interested in...
At least seeing what's happening.
Yes.
I'd say this was a good distraction from the storm and Shimi, until I started thinking about how many cookies to save for Pepper, and wondering if Shimi would eat a cookie. Before that, I had momentarily forgotten about her leaving us.
I just saw something that... Okay.
No?
I'm going to put it in food.
Alright. Watching a timer tick down really stretches the moments. Odd thoughts fill the spaces, and I find myself asking Clawdia strange questions. If you could do anything at all, what would you do? Don't know. I think I could do if I could do anything, I'd put a tracker on Shimi. That way I could always look at my phone and see where she is. Not in a creepy way, just we'd have an idea how close or far away she is, you know? Mentioning Shimi brings the heavy presence of the rain back. How about this one? If you could be anything at all, what would you be? Person. Her reply is nothing.
Oh, that's sad.
Is nothing like I predicted. I expected her to say hummingbird or something fanciful like that. You already are a person. The look she gives is filled with doubt. The earlier conversation about doing people stuff to be more like people returns. This time the implications are much uglier than before. Look, I get it. Yes, you're a Neko. It's something society will never let her forget. But just because you're a Neko, that doesn't mean you're not also a person. I catch a deep sadness surface in her eyes. This is something important to her I've missed or ignored. It makes me feel guilty.
This is the conundrum that we encounter.
Yep.
Jung Taku brought this up earlier. I know I talked about this.
Yep.
Where it's like, what makes a person? Genes? Are we talking about, is it the species? Or are we talking about the capacity to comprehend? Spark of intelligence.
It's all an interesting little burrito of problems, is it not?
Yes. For one of these, I would say, sadly, unfortunately, Clawdia will never be. You can't change species. But in terms of whether or not she has that spark, that intrinsic, divine aspect that, we dare say is soul.
I don't see
In my unintelligent way, I would say, I would, venture to say, but, that's just my opinion.
No, I'm with you on that.
That's just a theory. That's a Ditsaku theory.
All right, you're going back into the, meat closet until we get you sorted out.
Ditsaku is the first of 4 elements, much like meat.
It makes me feel guilty. Ashamed that I haven't been doing a better job making her feel like a person, even though I'm not exactly sure how to do that. You are Clawdia, the person I grew up with. The person who's known me longer than anyone in the world, other than Mom, of course. Clawdia, the person who knows me better than I know myself. My guilt starts to feel justified. I like to think I'm more enlightened than most when it comes to Nekos, that maybe I know better than someone like Lind. I let my own prejudices get in the way and don't even realize it. If that wasn't the case, she wouldn't be looking at me like this. When I do anything that makes you feel like you're not a person, then you need to tell me. I'm your friend. I should be a better job at being your friend and making you feel important because you are. And if nothing else, Clawdia, you're a person to me. Sweat matters. Yep, and that's what matters. She teases me with my own tired line about what matters to me being good enough. We share a smile for a moment, and Claudia's smile thins. There's still a lot she's holding back. Tell me, what is it about being a person that makes you think you're not a person? It takes a little while for her to reply.
I would imagine it's the way that you intrinsically are always...
It's a Neko. Don't you know that? I have so many Nekos. Oh my god. Don't you know? That makes me strange.
Yeah. Imagine living with someone who's like, oh my god, you have 3 snacks with you. That makes you strange. And you love this person. You love this person. But
they constantly go about, I can't be seen in public with you.
Constantly harp on this. Wouldn't that just... I get it. It's going to eat her up inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, she lives with the fact that she herself, tries her best, does the things that are asked since she was very little. She was told that she needed to act in a particular way, to be a particular way, but she is never going to truly be, even by the people in her own house she takes care of, because of an intrinsic factor that she can actually.
And that's gotta be soul-rending. The people she loves the most are basically ashamed to be seen with her in public.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it
is absolutely understandable. absolutely understandable that she would hate what she is and she desperately wants to be. She, in the immortal Disney funny face, she wants to be a people.
Yep.
She wants to be where the people are. But instead of wanting, to get a man, she just wants, her man to,
To acknowledge her, basically.
if anything, this is a better love story than The Little Mermaid.
It really is. Don't know how. You don't know how to be a person? She just shakes her head no.
I think she does. Honestly, it's just the fact that, she's worried about what Noodles is going to say about this.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we finally have an official TM name for him.
Yep. We finally have something other than main character to refer to him as.
Yes.
Her confession is unexpected. It's a brutally stark admission, one I can't find any words to soothe or dismiss.
Professor, this is awful.
What's that?
For Shimi's route, it literally is just depressing, just watching someone just... And this other one is even worse.
Now we're getting into existentialism. Yes.
Well,
How does
you and you the entire time? She's like, yeah, so I don't like me lesser, and you don't like being around me. that really hurts me, and that's the cold shell that beats, the black liquid that goes through my body. That hurts. That hurts my little black coal.
Gitaku, that's not coal. That's coffee, and you know it.
My coffee dispenser. my coffee.
How does one be a person? I think about my life, the mistakes I've made.
First, you need to define a person.
Depends on what you mean by person, man.
Behold, a person.
I think about my life, the mistakes I've made, the parts that left me completely adrift and feeling defeated. I think about the times I just wanted to give up, and moments when I felt there was no escape from the ugly, suffocating weight of it all. It's okay, Clawdia. Deep down, I don't think I know how to be a person either. I'm not sure anybody
for those
really
of you
does.
who are wondering about that, and to give levity to a very deep, very somber moment, look up Diogenes' solution to the question, "What is a man?" He had a solution. He's just a generally interesting fellow in general.
Yeah. Dracula had a theory
familiar?
on the matter as well.
That's not what he said in the original.
I know, but it's too funny not to meme on. Let's be real here.
Yes.
It's okay,
yes.
Clawdia.
It's okay, Clawdia. No one really understands this anyway.
After 10 minutes in the oven...
going into epistemology, and no one really likes epistemology.
And then you get into the existential dread, and no one really cares for that much either.
No.
After 10 minutes in the oven, including rotating the baking sheet halfway through, we finally get to pull our cookies out. The whole kitchen fills with delicious aroma from the impressive treats. Happy that Pepper hasn't been drawn out by our baking magic, but the golden discs of mouth-watering sweetness cool for a moment on the tray. Then, Clawdia carefully transfers each cookie to a rack to cool even more. Hey, I want you to do this part. I convinced Clawdia to pour the syrupy drizzle onto each of our masterpieces of culinary confection. Meanwhile, I grab 2 glasses and pour each of us some milk. The concentration on the task is more suited to defusing a bomb than decorating cookies. Excellent job, Claus. After portioning out some cookies for Pepper, I grab our plate and my milk and start to head back to the television. Clawdia does not follow. She clearly intends to clean the kitchen first. Grab your milk and come on, these cookies aren't going to eat themselves. Messy. The kitchen? Yeah, it is. See, people made this mess, and people are in no hurry to clean it because people have cookies that need to be eaten. Now Clawdia looks at me like I've really lost my mind. But, mess. I smirk and shrug the best I can without spilling the plate of cookies or my milk. My expression clearly indicates no cleaning will be happening at this moment. I kind of wish somebody else was here to see this, because I think this is one of my few moments of being really cool. Alright, Noodles, we'll let you have this one. Let's go, Cookie Monster, leave the mess.
you just need the wow, Noodles, you were kind of.
For a brief moment, you were kinda cool.
Do you remember that from that's like peak B 2005 B meme humor right there. It's a picture of Naruto with his eyes.
Yeah.
Wow, Naruto, you were kind of cool.
Takes a moment to persuade her. Still hot enough to be extra chewy, but cool enough that they don't remove the skin from the roof of our mouths. The rich and complex sweetness, the raspberry caramel mixing with the creamy peanut butter is just the right balance of delicious.
Man, that is a difficult tightrope to walk.
It is.
Yeah, that's some good stuff, though. I know exactly what they're talking about.
Yep. The cookies are perfect. These taste awesome. I'm glad we cut back on the sugar in the dough. Really makes the drizzle stand out. Yeah. Clawdia's yummy noises are betrayed by her nervous glances towards the kitchen. That's the third time she's done that. I'm on my second cookie, but she's only had 2 small bites of her first. I don't even think she's really watching the show.
She's worried.
She's
worried.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's worried because ultimately the small vestige of peopledom that she has is to follow the mantras of mom.
Yep.
And she has not fulfilled the mantra.
Nope.
This is making her worried. She's afraid that there's going to be, the people police are going to come by and, put a ding on her card.
Not a people. We got to ding your permanent record now, Clawdia.
No, not the people.
I want to tell her again to forget about the kitchen, but damn.
Sorry, Clawdia. You have to play a #1 jam for the purple.
My clever plan for us to eat more like people and leave the kitchen a mess for a while seems to have hit a snag. I guess I should have seen this coming. Her compulsiveness need to clean, brought on by whatever her motivations are, isn't something she can just turn off like a light switch. Damn. I think this falls into the category of doing a better job of listening. Not just to the things that she says, but also doing a better job of listening to who she is.
What you could do? You could do, Noodles.
You should go with her and to help her.
I was about to say that. I'm like, you should clean up with her.
Yeah, be there with her doing the people things with your people.
Yes. And that way she is not only are you honoring and making it seem like you appreciate what you're doing, but also you're showing that people, it's not just Nekos that clean, it's people.
Yep.
Because let me tell you, I just was cooking for a second ago. I'm going to have to clean up.
Yep.
It's a thing that people do too.
Yeah, it is. Sound of rain in the windows once again becomes intrusive. I give in to the idea that Clawdia won't relax, not while that mess in the kitchen's calling to her. Hey, maybe we should go clean up a little.
Oh my goodness, she's giving you side eye.
Together, we rein in the epic mess that making cookies leaves behind. With spray cleaner and paper towels, I tackle the greasy spots that oil from the peanut butter left on the counters and wipe down the stovetop. Meanwhile, Clawdia washes the mixing bowls, utensils, and baking sheet. We clean everything until the kitchen is not exactly spotless, but pretty darn clean by most people's standards. Only one thing remains.
I was going to say, cleaning the mixing bowls, that's the best part. And you get the cookie dough.
Yep. Saucepan I used to make the drizzle. By now the caramel has cooled to an epoxy-like resin and basically bonded with the pan. Cleaning it will be an actual chore, or at least take time.
Not really. If it's a sugar-based thing, it should dissolve in water.
Yeah, I was about to say sugar is water-soluble, so... I'll take care of this pan. You go back to the living room. She hesitates, not knowing how to tell me she doesn't like this idea. I just smile. The only thing left is this pan, and I got it. Your job is to find us something to watch. Deal? Deal. I let my mind play with the various thoughts as I decide how to best tackle the rock-hard remnants of the drizzle from my favorite pan. The lazy part of me wants to soak it in the sink or put it in the freezer and chisel it off with a wooden spatula when it's brittle from the cold. Strangely, I don't feel like being lazy right now. I know that if I were to do either of these things, Clawdia will find it and finish cleaning it herself before I can get back to it.
Come on, Noodles. What you got to do is...
Soak it.
I don't know if this
scrub.
Well, soap scrub, or you could soak it, and then usually what they'll have is if you have it, there'll be a scraper tool,
Yeah.
and it's specifically for situations like this.
Yep.
I know this
Clawdia?
because, well, the Pugum family, I was often the one to clean.
Yeah.
Not a big fan.
Nah, I'm there with you
But-
on that.
You got to do what you got to do.
Clawdia isn't lazy.
No, she's not.
She's definitely not. Add hot water to the pan, put it on the stove, and light a burner. As it simmers, the water begins to turn to the solid caramel back to a thick liquid. I wonder, why am I so lazy and you're not? It's not just because it's what people do. I'm people, and I'm lazy. Maybe she's just a more responsible adult. Maybe she gets a sense of accomplishment maintaining a clean, orderly environment for both of us. Maybe creating order from my chaos is one of the few things she can actually do in her world. As I pour the diluted caramel down the drain, cool the pan with warm water enough to rub a soapy sponge over it, the last point stays with me.
This is one of those things that always, that he's so in his mind he could just ask her,
I know, right?
and yet he's not going to.
Nope, he sure isn't. It bothers me. Back in the living room, Clawdia, now enjoying her cookie, found something for us to watch. Professional wrestling? Seriously? Like it. Apparently she's a fan of muscular people in skimpy outfits throwing each other around. I had to shake my head, remembering the first time Clawdia watched
I want to
wrestling.
say something, but I learned some deepest lore of the Pugum family that's going to make you laugh, I guarantee you.
All right.
So, my Papa Pugum and my great-grandmother, his dad's mom, were very close. And I did not learn for many years that apparently this nice old lady that would, actually literally bake me cookies when I was very little. Sadly, she passed away when I was very, very young.
Mm.
But I remember her, and I remember seeing her, and apparently she was a big fan of professional wrestling. Hulk Hogan was her favorite.
Good
And
choice.
you know
Good
what?
choice.
Grandma, if you're looking down for me, I understand. I understand. I don't know if he would be my favorite. Honestly, I never really paid much attention to professional wrestling.
Neither did I.
But you could do way worse than Hulk Hogan.
Goro
you
was
could
here.
like Triple H, or what's his face, the Ultimate Warrior. Do you have a favorite wrestler there, Professor?
I'm not that ingrained in wrestling. I'd probably go with Hulk Hogan. I mean, he showed up in Muppets in Space, so I mean...
But he was a villain there.
Well, yeah, but, he was kind of self-aware about it.
Yeah, you can say that. Hulk Hogan, but you're a villain. Yeah, well, it's the 90s.
Goro was here and turned it on. After quickly explaining it was just pretend, a kind of game with play fighting, Claudia's shock became diluted with a kind of fascination. Goro's expression made clear he wanted to argue wrestling is real, but the look I gave him back made more clear that he needed to shut his pie hole. Sweet Claus watching wrestling. What is the world coming to? Pretend's good. Mike too. I guess that makes sense. You chew on a cookie.
Not
tasty
understand. Have to fight because other guy is literally wrestling for Satan. Power of friendship.
I guess that makes sense. We chew on our tasty cookies and watch wrestling for a bit. The show's finally over when a guy that keeps calling himself the Body Business, a business is good apparently, has won some kind of belt from another guy in a red mask. She changes the channel and finds a story about two star-crossed lovers trapped in a war. As their city comes down around them, they hold on to each other and kiss. The movie will either be a huge tragedy or have a happy ending. Definitely one of the two. For Claudia, I hope it's the latter. If they're star-crossed, it is not going to... Okay.
Tell us, Professor, tell us. Explain it to us.
Star-crossed means doomed. not destined to be. Shakespeare used the term to explain that Romeo and Juliet could never be together. Their romance was doomed, hence star-crossed, or to be under an unlucky star.
Mhm.
You know what? Okay, in this instance, I think we should stay with her on the sofa. And my hunch here is I'm flipping the coin on this being a happy ending where the lovers get together. And it's going to make Clawdia super happy that we stayed here with her to see it through to the end. Because that people watch movies. And therefore we are being her people.
You don't think it's the entire people make whoopee?
Let's not explore that avenue yet. Feels a
You're
little
like,
early for that.
Every single time I go out, Itaku requires me to kick him in the face.
Man, Itaku, why do you enjoy being kicked in the face so much?
Because I'm a masochist.
I mean,
The
fair.
next question.
Fair. So, what do you think of my reasoning, then?
You know what? Since I was, pulling us by the nose towards Shimi, I will allow you to,
All right.
we'll do that.
I'm going to stay here with her. We sit together as the show's story plays on. During a boring part, I notice Claudia's eyes seem to have drifted away from the television. The storm is still out there, but I can't say that's what appears to have her distracted. She doesn't seem to be focused on anything at all. You alright? Oh. Do you want to talk? It's nothing. Despite my best efforts, I'm unable to read her expression. Kitty face, :3. Sure, you don't have to say anything, but if you ever, had something on your mind or whatever, you could tell me. We can talk about anything you want. She just slightly smiles at me and returns her attention to the television. I know that I haven't been the greatest listener, but I'd like to be better at it. Still nothing, Ben. Had to go. Natural. We're talking about Shimi, not the storm. I guess in many ways they're the same. Uncontrollable, wild, natural. Yeah, Shimi's nature is to roam. But she lets an empty space here. I feel it too. Far away now. Hate it. Hurts. The rain beats on the windows. Another layer, along with the night and the way we live our lives, of things that separate us from both the storm and from Shimi. Claudia's eyes are sad. I know that feeling. I've seen it in my own eyes. Yeah, it does. You too. Yeah, same with me, and I hate it too. Wait, is that what she meant? Mom. No, she meant that she hates that Shimi left, just like she hated that Mom left. And she also hated when I left. I knew she had an adjustment period when Mom left. I had no idea she missed me. Claudia looks at me. Her eyes, her expression causes me to take her hand. That feeling of powerlessness to keep people in your life. Shimi and Mom left her, and me too, at least for a while. Seeing her like this, I never want her to have that feel that emptiness again. I only want to make sure that she is happy. Keeping her happy is not going to be easy. It'll get worse for her when Veronica... I still haven't told her about Veronica moving. And I can't now. Not when she's already like this. We just have to stick together and keep going. You and me, right? Yeah. She holds my gaze for another moment, then looks away. I reach out and rub her large ear. Smiling faintly, Claudia nuzzles her head against mine. We sit there for a while, hand in hand, our heads resting against the others. On the other side of the glass, the world ignores us. Claudia falls asleep before the movie ends. I cover her. I kiss her on the forehead and go to bed. Bro, you could have just stayed there and held her, You disappoint me, Noodles. After breakfast, I realize that Pepper isn't in the house. She's not in the backyard either. When I don't find her in any kind of obvious places, I assume she's playing some kind of game. Looking in closets, behind furniture, and even in cabinets yields no trace of her. When turning on the shower doesn't provoke any peppery stampede towards the bathroom, I get concerned. Rechecking every place I already looked. Nothing. Say, get him, Pepper. Get it, Pepper? In my neighbor's yard, a basket half filled with clean, damp laundry sits abandoned on the grass. Several items are hung on Veronica's clothesline, while others still in the basket await their turn. I was partially right about her playing some kind of game, just this time not with me. Apparently, Pepper must have seen Veronica, gone over and convinced her to play bounce in the seclusion of her backyard. Poor Veronica, she's even less athletic than I am, if that's possible. Hey there, hello. Sorry, Veronica, I see Pepper found a new victim for her game. Victim? Oh, me, yeah. Pepper sure does like to play catch. You look busy. Let's go, Pepper. Leave Veronica alone. Pepper gives me a dirty look. No, it's fine. I don't mind playing for a little bit. Yeah, fine, Veronica, not mind. I don't challenge Pepper's sass, but only because Veronica genuinely appears to want to play with Pepper. Alright, if you're sure. Sure, fine, Veronica Pepper bouncy time.
Oh my.
I give them privacy, but ever close enough to make sure...
There's two of them. Oh.
but ever close enough to make sure Pepper isn't being obnoxious to her new playmate. Veronica struggles through bounce. She spends a lot of energy, but impressively doesn't get frustrated. I'm glad Pepper is being much less of a brat and more patient with Veronica than she was with me. Get it, Pepper? Yee! A little later, they finish up. Thanks! Pepper gives Veronica a high five and skips inside with a big grin on her face. Veronica, flushed and out of breath, smiles.
Oh my.
Well, you've done your good deed for the day. That made Pepper very happy. It was fun, I guess. I, never played catch with a Neko before. Veronica's complete lack of stigma when it comes to Nekos continues to amaze me. You're really gonna suck having to someone else live next door.
It makes me wonder if there really is as much of a stigma as around them.
I do question Noodle's narrative on things. Like, Sawbones was like, oh, well, it's weird that you have 3, but, whatever, it's not a big deal, and just kind of shrugged it off. So I'm like...
I mean, but yeah, he literally is a shadow runner.
So it's hard to say how much truth there is to it. Veronica's easy smile fades. That wasn't subtle on my part. Oh, I didn't tell you yet. I was like, going to. You okay? You have somewhere to go, right? Yeah, I'm going to my dad's. I've been thinking lately, maybe I haven't been thinking when I should have been, and I just feel, I feel stuck. Like I should be going somewhere, but I'm not. Or I'm just going, but it's just in circles and keep coming back to the same place. Funny, anyone else would ask her about what she's talking about, but I know exactly what she's saying. I hope you don't mind me asking. Is moving going to get you where you need to be? If not, it seems, I don't want to say reckless, it seems extreme. She considers the question. Maybe it's just time I did something reckless. I think everyone needs to do something reckless at least once in their life, Yeah, I do. We're silent for a few moments. I just need a fresh start, away from everything. I think I get that. You have to do what's best for you, and if moving is best, then you have to do it. I bring up the fly and the ointment. Clawdia will miss you. I will too, but Claudia's going to take it pretty hard. Veronica's expression tells me that didn't factor into her thinking, not that I expected it would have. She really likes you. I'll miss her. She's so sweet. Shimi the feral left, went back into the wild. Claudia's keeping up a brave face, but I know she's heartbroken. An awkward silence settles between us. I break it. When do you leave? Veronica's eyes gaze across her yard and back at her house. I'll be out by the end of the month. At least we're not losing you right away. Yeah. Humming happily, Claudia's in the kitchen putting dishes away. As I enter, she greets me with a huge grin. I'm mentally torn. It might be best to tell Clawdia now, so she's time to prepare herself. That way it won't feel like Veronica just suddenly left, like Mom and Shimi did. At the same time, if I tell her, she'll just do what? Worry and be sad every day for the rest of the month. It's not like she can do anything about it. Okay. I do have to be dead level honest in this instance. Like, it kind of feels like she gains nothing from knowing right now. I get it. Honesty is the best policy, and that is 100% true. But given everything that we're going through, a lot of what we're kind of experiencing has already been super detrimental to Clawdia. Like, she's having an existential crisis. Shimi left, and Shimi was basically treating her like her big sister babysitter. I would kind of argue slow and steady wins the race, and we can tell her when it's a little bit closer to go time. If it's an entire month ahead of time, there's going to be a lot of doom and gloom in this house, because there already is.
Yeah, and she... Personally, if it were me, honestly, I would like to have known sooner. But I also know that I am a, a very anxious person.
Yeah.
And, on top of everything that, like, if it were me, I probably would have not taken this well, which I'm sure will shock you.
Yes.
Extremely, exceptionally shocking. But
But at the same time, though, it's not like intrinsically, inherently going to affect Clawdia.
Right.
So, yeah. No, I see your reasoning, and
Okay.
yeah, let's do that then.
Yeah. See, I would normally be like, oh, honest, immediately. But we just lost Shimi. And that's clearly affecting her. So I'm going to say slow and steady wins the race.
And Veronica is one of her people. That's going to be, that's going to hurt
Yeah,
her.
that's going to be rough. I have to tell her about Veronica moving, and I will. Not yet, though. It'd be unfair to burden her with this soon. Hey, let me help. Still smiling brightly, a curious glint shines in her eyes. I guess that's fair. I don't often share her chores. We should play Star Checkers tonight. Yeah. Still looking pleasantly confused at me, she jumps at the idea of playing together. I'm not looking forward to having Pepper and Clawdia team up on me again, but Claudia's joy is infectious. I find myself smiling. Carrying the smile on my phone to the sofa, I relax a bit and do a little surfing while Clawdia waters the plants. Hurry back, would you? I'll need a refill of coffee soon and I'd hate to have to get it myself. Around lunchtime, I decided to include Clawdia and get her opinion on what we should make, but now I can't find Clawdia. Oh, crap. Well, I screwed this one up, guys. Remember me fondly, as I have to now, go commit Sudoku to regain the honor of my Snek clan. Clawdia and Veronica stand silently at the gate. Veronica is gripping her shirt tightly. Deeply creased lines decorate her forehead. Claudia's entire body is rigid, as if she'd just been struck by lightning. Her head makes a small back-and-forth no movement. Seeing me, Veronica flinches. I thought you told her. I was going to. Pangs of guilt wash away the rest of the sentence. I knew the news would devastate Clawdia. I didn't want it to happen this soon. Dinner. Tonight. The awkward stillness is suddenly broken. Oh, okay, I can... No! Here! Both girls' eyes sweep to me. It takes me several seconds to realize they're waiting for me to weigh in on the idea. Oh, yes, of course, absolutely. That's a great idea. Veronica, please be our guest for dinner tonight. I accept. I can't wait. Veronica heads back inside and Clawdia watches her go. I feel terrible that she found out this way. Clawdia just studies me. I'm sorry, I wanted to wait because I knew there was no good way to break the news to you. Maybe I just didn't want it to be me that caused you to feel bad. I told myself that I was waiting for a better time. Really, I think I was just being cowardly. I'm really sorry. I feel terrible that Clawdia had to find out about Veronica moving the way she did. I'll make it up to her. I'll give her a big role in making dinner. First, quick stop at the market and pick up some things that taste good and cook quickly. Fresh scallops, asparagus, and angel hair pasta. I even splurge a little bit and get a pre-made pie for dessert. Apple. I don't, however, mention to Lynn that I'm going to see Veronica tonight. We get to work right away preparing for dinner. I grab some of the scallions growing wild out of my bedroom window, while Clawdia collects cherry tomatoes, little cucumbers, and a few leaves of basil from her new garden. Hey, Claus, would you make a salad? She hesitates. I mean, if you want to. Yeah, want to. Try. I know she wants to. I eagerly try to read her reaction. Excitement, concern, something else I can't quite place. Mostly I can pick up the cautious happiness, and I'm trusting her with the job. Thanks. I smile and get to work on the sauce for the main course while Clawdia cleans and slices the vegetables for her salad. Even 100% focused on the task, she works and starts and stops, pausing to figure out the next step in the process. Several times I'm tempted to help, and it's only a Herculean amount of self-control that keeps me from taking over. I constantly have to remind myself that I'm supervising, and that my help needs to be helpful. I distract myself by focusing on the simple preparations needed for our main course. When I do offer Clawdia help, I keep my instructions to a minimum, mostly offering, "That looks good. You're doing great. Is there something else we could add?" Clawdia finishes the dish by pouring a little raspberry vinaigrette and olive oil, adding salt and pepper, and then mixing it all together. Speaking of Pepper, Pepper joins us. She stays well out of the way, but watches us with a curious look. Clawdia hesitates again. She's basically done, but maybe she doesn't know it? If you like, you could add a garnish. Clawdia puts a healthy scoop of salad in each of the plates, then breaks apart and sprinkles a few fresh lemony lime-tasting cilantro leaves atop each. Cilantro does not taste like lemon lime. Cilantro tastes like soap. As we both admire the results of her efforts, neither of us can control the smiles.
I disagree, but,
Now, apparently it's a genetic predisposition, so It can't be
Well,
helped.
I'll tell you this. Actually, I had cilantro not terribly long ago because I ordered some takeout burritos,
Right.
and having to actually focus on the taste, I can taste it. Like, I can understand why you would say that, but honestly, I don't think that it's like a bad taste. It is zesty. I don't know.
Fair enough.
Maybe this is my pineapple. Maybe I'm like, I don't know. I like it.
Maybe.
You have the like the tanginess of like Tex-Mex meat with that zesty, like cooling flavor. It's an interesting. It adds variety to the palate.
Yeah. Okay, I can understand that. Neither of us can control the smiles plastered on our faces. She made it
I mean,
differently
for what
than
it's
I would've.
worth, too. I mean, I'm not a big fan of like sour cream, and like everywhere around here, whenever you get Tex-Mex, they always add like huge dollops of sour cream to everything. I'm like,
Yeah, when I was younger, I hated it a lot more. Now I kind of tolerate it. Like, if it's on the dish, I'll eat it, but I don't ask for sour cream kind of thing.
eh.
Yeah, that's just my weird relationship with it. I can take it or leave it.
Yeah, I get what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to be it's supposed to break up like the heavy spices.
Yeah.
But honestly, it just seems like just calories for the sake of calories.
Yeah, it's kind of just in the way. I get it. She made it differently than I would have, and it took her longer, but it's an impressive feat for a Neko. I mean, impressive for Clawdia. She's never done anything like this before. There you go, Noodles. You're changing your thinking. Good on you, mate. Congratulations, Clawdia.
Reorient your thinking to make her seem like she's included, and also you bigot. I mean, I'm sorry.
I mean, technically not wrong, but
I don't,
smug.
it's instead of him being actively, it's the bigotry of low expectations, really, is what it
Right.
is.
He's not babying her and treating her like she's dumb, basically. He's giving her...
Honestly, I don't think there was malice involved.
No, not at all.
Which is really the thing. It's just, it's a case of he for whatever reason, he just doesn't, and I kind of imagine it's probably from mom treating her more like she was a daughter / doll
Yeah.
than, active
Neko.
malice.
Right.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Clawdia. You made your first dish completely by yourself. Yeah, good, Clawdia. More cooks for the pepper. Fiddling with her necklace, she admires the salad with crumbled feta and its colorful tomatoes, cucumbers, and spring onions. Helped, lots and lots. Not me. I've been over here making a sauce for the scallops and prepping the asparagus. You did the entire vegetable dish by yourself. It looks great. I can't wait to try it. The knock on the back door causes all of us to jump a little. I guess you're as nervous as a cat, too, huh? The happy hum, Clawdia nearly bounces from the sink to open the door for our guest.
I don't know, man. Not for nothing. I have a job where I have my back to like about 90 degrees of my open office.
Right.
And one day my boss decided to like walk right behind me, and then he coughed and I about jumped out of my skin.
And then Ditaku attacked reflexively at anything that crosses his shadow, and this plot point was literally never addressed again.
I'm sorry, Wabu, that I forgot that you attack anyone who flexibly steps in your shadow. You are forgiven, Lord Cars. And this will never be brought up. Never again.
Literally not mentioned again.
Yep.
Hi, you didn't say, like, what to bring, and I forgot to ask, so I brought a pie. Dessert? Okay, well, I guess our pie can be a treat for another night, then. That's fine. Veronica looks around at the dinner preparations. Oh, I hope I'm not early, am I? Am I early? No, Veronica, perfect time. Yep, just perfect. We're putting the finishing touches on everything. Scallops and pasta only need a few more minutes to cook, so we're saving that for right before we plate. My, pepper sea pie! Fixated on the pie, Pepper looks ready to pounce. Clawdia leads Veronica and her pie to the table, while I drop the pasta in the boiling water, quickly saute the asparagus, and work to get the perfect sear on the scallops. Hey, Pepper, please be on your best behavior tonight, okay? This is kind of an important dinner. Pepper dismisses my concern with a wave. No sweat, Dudo. Pepper, awesome, Neko. A little bit of a forced rhyme there, but I'll allow it. At first, clumsy and shy, Veronica quickly relaxes and becomes chatty. Her unprompted remark at how tasty the salad is makes Clawdia's smile almost explode across her face. Clawdia made it. It's delicious. Oh, wow. Fresh from garden. Actually, the entire meal came out great. Clawdia's salad gives a light, fresh contrast to the creamy sauce I made for the scallops and pasta. I'm happy to sit back and relax as Clawdia plays host. That's when I noticed Pepper's focus is squarely on the pie Veronica brought. Coconut custard with lots of whipped cream. It's clearly a store-bought, but I have my doubts that she got it from her Lindworks. Pepper catches me watching her, giving me a look that is both smug and challenging. She points at the pie, then to herself. Pepper pie! Pepper, no! Clawdia reacts as if Pepper was moving to grab the pie, which she wasn't. It gets momentarily quiet. Caught out and with all the attention on her, Pepper looks embarrassed and a bit irritated. I jump in to defuse the awkward moment. No, Pepper is just saying that she wants it to be called Pepper Pie from now on. Pepper Pie, that's so totally cute! Veronica giggles. Pepper fires daggers at me through her eyes. Things quickly relax again as Veronica falls back into chatting. I haven't really been paying attention to what she's saying, and now my focus is on Claudia's unexpected overreaction from a moment ago. Stealing a glance at her, she's all smiles. The last bite of food is scooped and swallowed. I convince Pepper to follow me into the kitchen with the promise of pie. I make a pot of tea while Pepper grabs small plates and sporks. Meanwhile, Clawdia, apparently not ready for the evening to end anytime soon, pulls out the Star Checkers board. Oh, I know this game! We kind of play by house rules. I wink at Clawdia. It wasn't until just a few years ago that I learned we've been playing the game completely wrong. I like it our way better, honestly. Hands move marbles. Anytime Veronica pauses, her wily teammate Pepper offers advice and strategies. This causes giggling from Veronica and a scowl from Clawdia. As pieces are jumped and the capture pile grows, I'm tempted several times to offer suggestions to Clawdia. I force myself to trust my teammate. The game goes on, and it becomes clear that Pepper and Veronica have the upper hand. Trapped now, Clawdia makes the only move available to her. An onslaught of jumps removes her final marbles from the board. I'm momentarily paralyzed. I catch flashes of despair in Claudia's eyes. Before I can figure out what, if anything, I should do, Clawdia swallows. In an instant, the overload of emotion that was welling up in her is suddenly buried behind a smile. It was so fast that I'm not sure I really saw what I think I saw. But Pepper catches my eye. Her expression mimicking my own tells me she saw something too. Neither of us say anything. With just me against the combined marbles of Pepper and Veronica, I don't last much longer. I don't think you need to count marbles. You guys clearly won that. Pepper high-fives Veronica. That was so much fun. I think I like your rules better. Clawdia beams at Veronica. Thank you. I had the nicest time. This is really, lovely. Veronica's smile carries a hint of hesitation, suggesting that there's more left unsaid. Something like, we should do it again, or why don't we do this more often? But there might not be an again, and certainly there won't be more often. Glad, Veronica. Before the creeping melancholy can take root, Clawdia elegantly rescues us. Ah, big sweet kitty hugs! Only the finest for our guest. I match her smiles as best I can, but the end of the pleasant evening is leaving me with a little nagging, hollow feeling. Wow, look at the time. I really need to go now. I open the door with a bit of a dramatic flourish. Veronica makes no effort to actually leave. Likewise, Clawdia keeps looking at her like she doesn't want her to let go. Would you like me to walk you home? Want to. I was half joking, as there's hardly any need to accompany Veronica next door, but Clawdia seems to have taken her role as hostess very seriously. If you're sure you don't mind, Veronica, that would be lovely. I turn on as many lights as I can to illuminate the way and stand tracking Veronica and Claudia's progress through the backyard. I fancy that every now and then I see light greenly reflected by Claudia's eyes. Pepper smirks when I catch her eye. The brat cat looks at me in a manner where I expect her to tell me something important. Instead, she shivers through a whole-body yawn, her tail stiff like a stick. Ate, great, now late, big yawn. Pepper gone. Yeah, good night, Pepper Pie. No. I didn't expect her to stay and help, but I can't complain. She's been a good cat all evening. That's what I'm calling her from now on. Doing cleanup after the big dinner feels like an unreasonable chore, but maybe that's just a bad habit of avoiding cleaning in general. More proof of how much I'm spoiled by Clawdia. Grimly, I soldier on. The dishes aren't going to wash themselves. Cleaning has always been a mindless activity. It's partly why I avoid it when I can. Being a mindless activity also means that it's, I don't know, meditative. Doing the dishes and reflecting on what's happened this evening, I can't get Claudia's odd reactions from earlier out of my head. I should have asked Pepper if she had any insight before she skipped out. Actually, thinking back, it started with dinner preparations. When Pepper came into the kitchen, Claudia became more tense. I noticed her knuckles tighten on the edge of the salad dish. Pepper really wasn't being annoying in any way, so it could have been nervousness at making her very first thing solo. But adding that to her overreaction during dinner and the reaction at losing the game, especially Claudia's reaction to losing Star Checkers. We lost the game, no big deal, it's just a game. We used to play Star Checkers all the time, and she'd never acted that way when I'd win. I'd easily connect Claudia's flood of sadness to the fact Veronica's moving, leaving forever, but it's the way she suddenly seemed to swallow the emotion and become instantly happy that makes it impossible to let this go. I think there's more going on with her, and with me, too. The introspective mood is far too familiar. I'm not happy. The realization only adds the already heavy, sour mood, compounding it. I should be happy. I have no reason to be unhappy, but I am. I've been unhappy for a long time, too. Why? I know what I'm feeling isn't just a passing phase. Even before Goro left, I wasn't enjoying myself. I mean, I'd have fun, but it felt like a momentary distraction to a much bigger emptiness in my life. Like tonight, having Veronica over was fun, no doubt, but it feels like a pause, a close-up of a bright but small spot from a much bigger, much darker picture. Is that why I'm picking up on Claudia's unhappiness? I do know that Veronica's unhappiness led her to move, with no guarantee that would make it better. Is my unhappiness going to drive me to do something equally as reckless? I don't really have an exciting life like Goro or Mom. Maybe that's the problem. Claudia doesn't even have an exciting life, and she's happy. At least, I thought she was. After tonight, I'm not so sure anymore. Can't imagine Claudia ever doing anything reckless, but it seems like she's also a bigger issue she's dealing with. Or, like me, not dealing with. Claudia returns. Without a word, she takes over in the task of washing dishes. I step back as she begins to meticulously clean the plate. Claudia, are you happy? Unsubtle as always, I blurt out what's been on my mind.
Very
Claudia,
clearly from her posture, I would say no.
yeah, seriously. I blurt out what's been on my mind. Claudia looks unprepared for the question. Sad. Veronica soon gone. No, I mean, bigger than that. Are you happy with your life? For a long time, Claudia doesn't reply. She continues to work the plate in her hands, but her movements have slowed to a crawl. I'm about to ask her again when she finally says, yeah, happy. The smile she makes isn't very convincing. Claudia, why did you get so upset when we lost the game? I thought maybe it's because Veronica's leaving, but I need to know if there's something else bothering you. So, tell me, is there? Again, Claudia doesn't answer right away. My silence eventually causes her to offer, not right place. What? Let you down. That doesn't seem right. Hey. I wait till I get her full attention. No, not one time. Never. You're the single most reliable person I have in my life. You've never let me down, especially not over a silly game. She doesn't seem convinced. I'm serious, Claudia. I think you're the only thing in my life that has any consistency. This is important. I need you to tell me. Before I can finish my statement, Claudia rushes to the back door and opens it, about to run outside into the night. No, that's not it. She steps back. Veronica stands in the open doorway. Not Veronica. Shimi? Shimi came back. Our feral's a bit standoffish at first, suspicious of all the things around her, including me. But when she focuses her attention on Claudia, she instantly brightens. Claudia's excitement is a tangible thing that fills the kitchen. The two of them share a moment. The look on Claudia's face, well, I think I'm jealous. All I can think is how much I wish someone looked at me like that. I swear Shimi seems to be trying to mimic Claudia's smile. It's a beautiful moment, but not one that a human can truly understand. There's a contrast in the silent joy these cats are showing and the thing Shimi is gripping in her hands. Having trouble processing what I'm seeing, my brain stumbles. Shimi holds one of my
She's giving her tribute.
Yep. Shimi holds one
Cats,
of my...
Cats, when they give you something, that's them showing that they were successful and they're giving you food.
Yep.
So
Shimi holds one of my old canvas shopping bags, now transformed into something horrible. Dark crimson stains leach across the fabric in large ragged patches. Blood.
Oh no, she give you a rat.
Not just a little blood. The bag, packed to capacity with whatever Shimi has brought us, has this gamey stink like old grease mixed with roadkill.
Oh no.
In her other hand, Shimi holds a can of crushed tomatoes. Its bottom edge is dented in. The can and her hand are also coated in the same dark muck and thick fluids that stain the canvas sack. Meanwhile, Clawdia and Shimi are still saving their moment together. Noticing my stunned reaction, Shimi proudly opens the bag. I'm half expecting to see someone's severed head. There's relief when she reveals 4 very dead rats in the bag. Then I realize there's 4 dead rats in the bag! It's a gory pile of wet mess. The room fills with their eye-watering stink. Each rat's body is the length of my elbow to wrist, shoulder to fingertip if you include the tail. They're skinny and mangled, clearly having come to a violent end. The dead rodents look and smell putrid, like the stench of very old fruit left to rot in a musty basement. Everything about the bag of rats is offensive to the senses. Also in the bag is my carving knife, but apparently she didn't use it. The rats she brought home look like they've been bludgeoned, mashed. One of them is nearly paste from its ribcage down. Clawdia takes a canvas bag, hands it to me, and takes Shimi down the hall. I hear the water run in the bath. My instinctive reaction would be to flush the whole thing down the toilet and then burn the toilet. Of course, that's not practical. A bag full of rats, the same size as my toilet. Trying not to gag with 2 fingers, I retrieve the knife from the sack and drop it into the sink. Then I put
Hey, kids! Who wants to do some late-night grilling?
Then I put the entire gross bag into a larger, old-school, heavy-duty plastic trash bag and tie the top. After moving a lot of stuff around and removing a shelf, I'm able to stuff it inside the refrigerator. Opening a window and lighting a scented candle is a start to combat the reek from Shimi's gift. I need to put a box of baking soda in the refrigerator to absorb any smell that escapes the bag so it doesn't pollute everything in there. Maybe 2 boxes. Maybe 10. Santa Claus gives dead rats to bad kids instead of coal. There would only be good kids.
Oh, please, Noodles.
You wish. Back at the sink, I return to the chore of cleaning dishes from the dinner party. I don't even want to consider the reason why Shimi murdered rats and then brought them here. But I know.
She
They're for
killed
us.
them because she's a Neko.
Yep, they're for us. She wants me to cook them. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where I need to call today's episode to an end. First off, I completely lost track of time, so we are probably well over time for one singular episode. Never one has stopped watching hours ago. But thank you, Ditaku, for joining me in this cat venture.
My pleasure. This is fun. I
It is.
really enjoy OmOneko, and I hope that that the devs understand that for all of my joshing, all of my color commentary, I am deeply enjoying myself.
Oh yes, absolutely. This is a fantastic game. I love it to death. And Clawdia is best girl. But go into the comments and tell me who your favorite is, because we do want to know. And we're going to see you in the next chapter.